Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your watch-along. Welcome to Everton versus Chelsea. I hope all of you are good and you can hear clearly and everything's all sweet. Fingers crossed. Let me just have a look on something and make sure that we have what we need. I want to be able to get the lineups properly. So let me... There they are. So, beautiful. Lovely jubbly. For the first time, right? For the first time, in the chat at the very top is big up. You guys have... let me work this one out. 60 minus 12 is 48. You've got 48 minutes to put in your predictions. You know? Oh, hang on. Are you guys getting lag? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you guys are getting lag, if everything's all good. Let me have a little refresh and see exactly what's going on. Refresh and it's fine. Yeah, refresh and it should be okay. Just to let you guys know and give you guys some context, right? There have been interruptions with signal, internet from time to time. I mean, out here, things are not exactly wonderful right now, but we haven't had any problems with infrastructure or anything like that. I have made sure everything's working, and it should be, but there's moments where it can just dip and then dip back in. I can't control that. So if you get any issues, just refresh. If you get any issues, just refresh the screen and you'll be good. Hopefully, anyway. If there's anything on my end, then I will update you and let you know. But we are co-streaming also on Big Up. So like I've said, link is pinned in the chat. You guys now have 50 minutes. 50 minutes to go into the predictions and put your predictions in for the games that are up there. And yeah, you'll be in with the possibility of, if you get things right, of winning cash prizes. You'll also be entered into the draw, which is a 25k draw. And there's also on there, there's a chat. What I am going to be able to do on there is also some deeper analysis, because I get a tactical board. I get other things that I can use. And the alerts have gone up. Yeah, brilliant. See, that's probably why the internet was glitching. I'm not even kidding. I've got an alert. I've got an alert. Don't worry, that's fine. We're not going to get flipping attacked or anything like that. Not here anyway. The beautiful thing about live streaming, eh? Anything can flip and happen. Anyway, I've got the windows open. Let me just actually... There we are. So I'm able to hear things very clearly on the outside. You guys will too. But yeah, make sure that you get involved. Link is up there for you guys in the chat, pinned, and you can have a butcher's with the predictions, and we'll see if we all get it right. As the game is going on, we'll be able to go into those predictions, by the way, and have a look and see exactly what's happening and see who's going to end up right and who's going to end up wrong. So in the meantime, let me have a look. Yep, big up's all good. Big up's all good. Should be anyway. It's not mirrored, so sweet. Right, Everton Chelsea. To be honest, and it's like I've said prior, and I've been saying this for the last few days now, at least now, is unlucky. Fulham and Burnley are playing. It's 2-1 Fulham, by the way. The result is irrelevant. Whatever happens in the mud, we've got bigger problems to think about. But we're going to go through the game and just exactly see what's happening, what's going on, and we can analyse on it. But yeah, now one thing to pinpoint is the record against Everton away is not good. But the record at their new stadium, we've not really had. We don't know. We've never been there. yet, I think. But Goodison Park was a horrible ground to go to. Our record there is atrocious. However, the Hill Dickinson is going to be a new experience. We don't know. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, we were one of their last few games at Goodison Park. We've not been to Hill Dickinson yet, have we? Let us know in the chat. Whichever one. I've got both here, so whichever one. We've not been to Hill Dickinson, if I'm not mistaken. Today is the first. So our record is technically irrelevant at Goodison Park because we've always played at Goodison Park and we've never been to this stadium. So God knows if it's a good thing or a bad thing. At this rate, I have no idea. But Chelsea right now are not in a good place. And look, expectations should be on the floor. Let me just be honest and transparent with you because we've got, even on a footballing level, we've got problems. We can go through the lineups and I'll show you exactly why we've got issues. But someone said new stadium bounce. Brilliant. Sanchez in goal. Cucurella at left back. Gusto is at right back. Actually, hang on. Let me have a little butchers at something. I'm going to change something here if I can. Let me see if this is going to help. Okay. That should be, hopefully. We need that. Let me just have a look. I don't think. I've just had a little butchers. For those that are on Big Up, in the chat, right, in the stream chat that is, not the lobby chat, not the lobby chat. Come out of the lobby chat, go into the stream chat if you're on the lobby. Go into the stream chat and let me know in there if everything is seen and heard really, really well. I've just seen maybe why there's been lag on either platform because the two have been interacting. I've separated them. Let me know if you can hear me properly. Abdul Samad in there says, no, it's not. It's actually not. It's actually not. You participate and you're in for getting a cash prize. But in fact, those in the UK can actually take part properly for free if you want. That is looking to be spread as well. There is a way, but if you want to put in your predictions and you're based in the UK, there is a way for just to participate without having to use the fee on the platform. You can end up participating for free. That option is there. Arjun says, looks good. Thank you very much. Perfect. That's lovely. So the two are not clashing, which means that we are all good. So there we are. Beautiful. Everything should be smooth. The lineups, Sanchez in goal, Cucurella at left back, Gusto at right back, Fofana, Hato at centre back, Lavia in midfield of Caicedo, Fernandez, Dienzo, who's been speaking very clearly lately, in the 10, Palmer on the right, Neto on the left, and Pedro up front. So, yeah, that's the lineup. For Everton, Michaelenko, left back, O'Brien, Tarkowski and Keane at centre-back, Garner and Gay in the midfield with Dewsbury Hall, none other than KDH, McNeil, and Dye and Beto up front. It's actually a decent Everton team. On paper, that's probably their best side. Beto, who's been misfiring but has been playing well and then sometimes doesn't play well but ends up with a goal. He's weird. He's a very weird striker, Beto. As a striker, he winds me up because I actually think he moves really, really well. Sometimes he just can't finish to save his dinner. Hopefully today he doesn't finish to save his dinner. You know, so let's see what happens. Chelsea's team is, how can I say this? The lineup is irrelevant. We have been seen with basically the lineup that I've just read out to you and is on screen for those that are on YouTube. That irrespective of who we pick, we just stink up the gaff. That game against PSG told you everything you needed to know. Against PSG, technically, both legs, right? Especially the first. The lineup was as good as it could have been. You know? The second one, you could make a case. Defensively, we looked an absolute mess. But irrespective, we've played games with, say, Fofana, Trev at centre-back, even Reece at right-back, and we've just stunk up the gav. We've played with various different changes in the lineup, and we're still looking the same. The problem goes past now just the starting lineup. We don't have just a starting 11 that starting 11 will get us the job done. It's just, by the way, again, if you are on YouTube, refresh. Everything should be smooth now. I'm not seeing any issues on my end. Just refresh, you'll be good. It's because I think the two platforms were clashing. I have separated them, so you're good. Big up to those that are active on Big Up as well. And like I've said, you do have 43 minutes now to put your predictions, 42, to put your predictions in before they are locked and you can no longer predict. So make sure you are there. It goes past the lineup. It goes past the lineups. The levels are in the mud. Now, on a player level, we know our squad is base average, right? Base average. And now we know there's psychological problems in the squad. We know that there are things happening behind the scenes. 150% things are happening behind the scenes. Enzo's already come out publicly and told you guys. Twice. Not once, twice. Now, he's come out and not agreed with what's been going on. The first time was we heard straight after the PSG game. Liam Rosenius tried to discredit that and tried to say he got missed in translation. No problem. Well, he's come out again publicly talking about, and this is his opinion, by the way. Like, I know many people will disagree, but the change from Enzo Maresca has been an issue. Since getting rid of Enzo Maresca, he said that has not helped. That has not helped. Getting rid of Maresca has not helped. His words, not mine. In terms of who's in charge, we know Liam Rosenior is just as poor as he is, not the one with the power. He's a spokesperson at this rate. I don't know if you guys, and let me know in the chat, you guys have seen how many interviews he's been doing. I mean, he's spoken more on the microphone than me. I'm here every day. I'm sure this guy has done more content than me. And I upload daily. He's a spokesperson at this point. An absolute spokesperson. So I am not looking even at the limited power that Liam Rosenior has on the team on a match day. I have zero faith. Zero faith. Will be games, like I've said before, don't get it twisted. There will be games where we... Let me just have a look. There will be games where we do get a win. We will win. We're not going to lose every single game. That's not going to happen. You could get a flipping postman to come and manage the team, and we will pick up a result. I say a result. Where from? I don't know. We might win today. We actually might. Who knows? Because you're also banking on the opposition being a little bit iffy and dodgy. And a team that's not a very, very high level, sometimes they can just be pants as well. And maybe you just get an advantage from one point in the game and you end up winning it. It can happen. But overall, do not have any expectation on levels being set in this football team whatsoever. Just don't. It's not worth it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Much appreciated. Right. Again, if there's been any lag or any issues, just refresh. You'll be good. Just refresh. You will be good. Thank you for the super chats. Kicking in now. Jamal says, Bonnie Blueco out. Land the minerals. Big up. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. Listen, and I'm going to talk about that in a sec because, like I've said, we've got bigger problems to discuss. And one of those issues that has now come into fruition is the protest. So I'll speak on that in a sec. Abhinav says, I want Enzo to keep saying the truth. Much appreciated. 100%. 100%. Got to be done. Absolutely got to be done. Let me just have a little butchers. Or has been a red card in that Fulham game. There has been a red card. I don't know what's going on there. I'll keep tabs on that and we'll see what happens. Abin, actually, here it is. Beautiful ball over the top. Yeah, that's an easy red. That's an easy red. He took the shot off, but that's an easy red card. He just pushed him. Abhinav says, I want Enzo to keep saying the truth without question. It's nice that there's players, irrespective of what you think of him on a personal, like a footballing level. I get that. He's not everyone's favourite egg. But he is speaking, it looks like, straight up and honest. So fair play to him. Fair play to him. You know, he doesn't have to say all of that, and he's being real. London boy Rob, much appreciated, saying AI says respect the ball. Blue come out. Respect the ball. Respect the ball, people. Respect the ball. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea Empire, thank you very much, mate. Says big up, my bro. Sadly, Enzo Fernandez has more minerals than Reece James. Win, lose or draw, Blue go out. Oh, yeah, Reece James signed a new deal, and don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that down the road he can't leave. It just means that a club needs to come in and offer serious money. So for Blueco, it means that's a good thing. For the player, it means he has to tout the line. You know what I mean? But he can. Look, this is why I'm positive Enzo's going to be out the door. When you start speaking the way you start speaking, you're gone. Simple as that. Enzo, in that instance, is starting to do that. He's gone. He's getting sold. So players are players, though. Players are not stupid. These guys actually have more insight from the inside, and they know exactly what's going on a day-to-day basis more than any of us. More than any of us. So you best believe there are players that are frustrated and looking at their careers and considering their options. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Shara 2kill, thank you very much, saying, Diddy Delap, flipping out. Took the pensioner's name a little too seriously. Bro's getting paid to do absolutely nothing. There was a rumour that apparently Newcastle are interested, and I don't buy that one bit. I do not buy that one bit. No one in their right mind would consider. Let's be real. No one. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll see. My score prediction today. Actually, let me have a butcher's. Let me check something out. Everton's record as of late has been losing 2-0 to Arsenal. That was 0-0 up until the very end, and that was quite a bore fest. But Everton played well. Burnley, they beat 2-0. They beat Newcastle 3-2. Well, they did something we couldn't do then. They lost to United 1-0. Lost to Bournemouth 2-1, going down to 10 men. Beat Fulham 2-1. Drew 1-1 to Brighton, which is something Liverpool couldn't do. Liverpool lost today. They've actually got a good record. They drew against Leeds. They beat Aston Villa away. Everton are playing well. Everton are playing well. You see, because with my predictions, I'm always honest. I'm not picking predictions on an agenda. Like, okay, say for example, I've seen what people say. Oh, you know, we've got problems. I hope we lose, so then things can happen. Like, no, when I'm doing my predictions, I'm telling you exactly what I believe on a footballing level is going to happen. So for today, let me explain my logic to this. I believe that there's internal issues at Chelsea. That PSG loss was damaging. Mentally, I don't think the team are as together as they should be. I think defensively we're open. I do think we have quality up top to be able to score. I do believe that. I said that against PSG. That didn't happen. But still, PSG and their aggressive nature and press is insane. Everton, I don't think will set up in that way, which means that I do think we'll see more of the ball. But Everton at home are also dangerous. but I don't think they're going to be as potent and powerful as maybe some of the bigger teams. My God, this is hard. This one's actually hard. This one's actually hard. I want to say 2-2. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if we lost. Then again, I also wouldn't be too surprised if we won. We're in this moment. This is where it becomes hard. You have to start looking outside of football too. The prediction is no longer based just on the teams. It's not. With Chelsea, there's other issues now. Inside, internally. You have to take that into account. If you've played, you'd know that if something's disrupting the team, anything, it affects what happens on the pitch. This is why I have to take that into consideration. Players' heads are down. There isn't faith. There's players not playing for each other, but it goes beyond that. There's issues internally, and that plays a part. So my prediction isn't just based on Everton v Chelsea. It's Everton at home versus Chelsea, where there is some quality in the lineup, but there's other factors at play that's damaging. And this is why I don't know. I'm going to say... okay, I'll be honest. I'm torn between 2-1 Everton and 2-2 as a draw. I'm torn. It can finish about 2-1 Chelsea. It can. But I expect Everton to show up today. I do. I think they'll be up for it. I'm leaning more towards the draw. Someone said, I think... Actually, you see... Okay, so look. This goes to show. This logic... Both of the last games I've said 2-2, and they've both been wrong because we've lost every single one of them. I said we would draw 2-2 to Newcastle, we lost. I said we would draw 2-2 against PSG, we lost. The first leg. What did I predict for the second leg? I don't think I even made it eliminated. Yeah, I didn't make a prediction. I said we'd get knocked out regardless. I said we would score. My prediction wasn't even a result. My prediction was we would score. And we didn't. We didn't. Do you know what I mean? So that's something to bear in mind. Again, like I've said, if there's any lag, refresh, you'll be good. So I've said 2-2. No, is that just... Nah, is that... I don't know if 2-2 is good, you know. Hang on, let me make a little amendment. There we are. Just having a little butchers. If you guys are getting any lag, I've just made an adjustment, and hopefully that should be okay. Should be okay. Let's have a look and let's see. Right, that should be good. That should be good. Hopefully you guys are not going to get any lag any further. Right. The Everton team, yep, Dewsbury Hall is playing. And this is going to be a weird one because Dewsbury Hall at Chelsea wasn't playing well as far as I'm concerned. Had his moments, but when we're talking levels, it was basically matching what we've seen in this squad anyway. So nothing major. But for Everton, that's his level. That's his level. And he's been doing well. He's been playing really good. So you never know. Maybe with the element of freedom he might have in that Everton team, and maybe with how he fits, we might see a good performance from him today. Defensively is my biggest problem with Chelsea. We've seen this time and time again. And one thing we have to watch out for is Everton that are going to try and hit us on the break. We know how Everton are going to set up. We know David Moyes. And you know what? His football can be quite simple, yet effective. David Moyes comes from an era where things are not too complicated. And that might actually come back to bite us. It might also allow us to exploit any potential spaces that arise in that Everton team, because we do have some players in that front line that are at least quick and technical. I say Pedro, Palmer, Neto's quick. I'll give him that. Enzo Fernandez can pick out a through ball. That's basically about it. I'm not expecting anything from the bottom half of our pitch. So the back line, nothing. So on that level, yeah, we might get through. However, Everton are going for the more physical elements, stature, trying to beef themselves up, take the ball, lump it, up the pitch, get on the end of it, shoot, score. That's how David Moyes is going to get Everton to get things done. One thing they do, siren is over. Great. That's threat averted. Wonderful. Can't believe I'm saying that. And I actually mean it. One thing we have to take into consideration is Everton in the air. Everton are very, very, very good in the air. Very, very good in the air. They know how to win a duel. In fact, let me check something. We're in the world of stats, aren't we? We're in the world of stats. You know what? I'm gonna ask Biggie in Big Up, because there's an AI here that will be able to answer me my question. Right. Let's see if it's able to answer this. If not, I'm going to go elsewhere and have a look as well. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Oh, it just cements my point even further. I can't believe it said this. I have asked Biggie, which is the AI in Big Up, which teams have won the most duels this season in the Premier League? Biggie has answered, here are the teams that have won the most duels in the Premier League this season. Everton are absolutely dominating those individual battles. They have won 1,743. Right? Top by duels won. Man United in second, 1,606. Wolverhampton, somehow, 1,600. And Tottenham, 1,588. Everton have won the most duels in the Prem this season. I told you they're good in the air. Let me go out and try and find most duels. Most duels won, Premier League. By team. Everton. Flipping Everton. Leeds are up there as well. But Everton have won the most duels this season in the Prem. I'm telling you, corners, set pieces, we're going to get them like we never have. Honestly, today's going to be absolutely ridiculous with the amount of times I think Everton are going to try and win a set piece. It's going to be through the roof. It's going to be through the roof. So, yeah. Yeah, maybe Big Up's AI is picking the team. Who knows? Unreal. By the way, if you don't believe me, you can go to Big Up. Like I've already mentioned, you guys still have 23 minutes to put your predictions in if you want to take part. Much appreciated. Go over there now before it's locked, and then you can't take part anymore until the next game. But do join over there. You can see my comment in the chat asking Biggie, and the thread is there for you guys to access. Go over there and have a look at the thread, and you can see what it said. I'm not making things up. It's there for you guys to go and look at. So, yeah. Biggie has told us. Everton, by a mile, have most duels in the Prem this season. So, this is going to be a very interesting day. In a game where I think most people would look at this on paper and think Chelsea are going to get a result, but we know our team, and we know that right now things are a little bit in the mud. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how it's all going to be, how it's all going to transpire. Thank you very much for the super chat, Abu Bakr, saying, what did Enzo say? What did I miss? So Enzo Fernandez, can you guys hear? You should be able to hear. There should be no issue. Yeah, there's no issue. Everything for me is all good. Yeah. Enzo Fernandez, after the game, was saying how he's not going to speak about on his future or anything. When he was asked about it, he said, look, we've got 8 games left. Try to do well in the FA Cup. Then we've got the World Cup, and then we will see. And then we will see. And then yesterday, I think it was, he come out saying that there's been a lot of, I'm paraphrasing here. Actually, no, you know what? Let me get it up. We might as well, right? Where is it? Because I do have it saved. Where is it? Enzo Fernandez. Oh, here it is. He says, that was after the PSG game as well, by the way. It was to... Wow, okay, so basically, he's asked in Spanish, right? And as soon as the journalist, the presenter, asks about Maresca, you can see Enzo's face go... And then he goes into detail, and I quote, he was asked what happened before and between Maresca's departure. From the outside, I had to ask about it. He says, right? I don't understand it either. Sometimes there are things that we as players don't understand. How and in what way they try to manage things. Obviously, it was a departure that hurt us a lot because we had an identity. He gave us an order, even though, as is the way of football, sometimes it's good and bad. But he always had a very clear identity when it came to training and playing, and obviously his departure hurt us a lot, especially in the middle of the season. It cuts everything short. Again, his words, not mine. Enzo Fernandez, just saying. So... It's where things are. It's where things are, and that came out his own mouth after the PSG game. So that's what he said. I hope that answered your super chat. Thank you very much to Abu Bakr. Much appreciated. And we have 19 minutes left until kickoff. 19 minutes. And yeah, everything is all good. There's no issues here in terms of the stream cutting or anything like that. Like I've said, just to let you guys know that are in the stream at the moment, if there's any lag, just refresh. That is more than likely coming from my end because there are issues in terms of internet here at the moment where things dip and then they dip back in really quickly. And because we're live, that can cause a little break in the stream, which means you just have to refresh. So just a little word of warning. But all is good on my end. Like I have mentioned before, quote right there in the chat, pinned is the link to Big Up. Go over there. You've got 17 minutes to get involved with the predictions if you want to get involved now. Those are the games that are available on there. And yeah, that will be done every single match day. So even the next one. Who have we got next? We've got Port Vale. I think we've got Port Vale next, haven't we? In the Cup. Yep, Port Vale in the Cup. And then on the 12th of April, I think, yeah, this is it. After this, we have international break, don't we? We got Man City at home. These fixtures we knew were going to be heavy. We spoke about them. But yeah. So international break is coming up. In 6 days' time, we've got Uruguay playing England and England also playing Japan. So that's going to be interesting. But Let's get to your super chats. Toluski, thank you very much. Saying, you think, hey Younes, hoping for a win today. What do you think happens between Leeds and Brentford? Affects our position? Because Brentford, if they win, at this rate, will catch us. Hang on, let's see the Premier League table before I answer. So, by the way, the other games today, Bournemouth, Man United drew 2-2. Man United going down to 10 men. Brighton beat Liverpool 2-1. I'm not surprised. Overall, not surprised at all. Brentford are 3 points behind us. Brilliant. Leeds, going to need you to do a favour. Thank you very much. Leeds, Brentford later on tonight is the 8 p.m. kickoff. Apologies. So we actually need Leeds to win. If not, we could drop into 7th. It's insane. But anyway, like I've said, the results are irrelevant. Whether we win the next 3 in a row, we lose the next 3 in a row, it really does not matter. Because even in the grand scheme of things, okay, say if we actually made it, we qualify for Champions League. What are we going to do next season with this squad? We're not going to go into the window and do what needs to be done. It's not going to happen. This is why Blue Co out is a thing. But what are we going to do in the Champions League? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I count last 16 as nothing. So that's just the reality. What I don't want to happen is for us to go into the Conference League or something. I would rather... Look, if we had to finish in the Conference League position, I would rather finish 10th. Get me 10th. I'm not playing Conference League. We're not. I swear, look, I'll tell you this now for free. If we are playing Conference League, I'm not streaming it. I'm not giving exposure to it. I'm sorry. No, not happening. Not happening. I ain't doing that competition again. We're not sitting here with pillows watching Chelsea play against flipping Field FC or Wheat FC or, I don't know, Gas Plant FC. I'm not doing it. Do you know what I mean? So let's wait and see. Parthib Das, thank you for your super chat saying, did you think it was a pen on Ahmad last night? No. Last night? If seen. Last night? Hang on, what are you on about? What are you possibly on about? Are you on about like what's happened earlier on? Bournemouth, Man United? I'll be honest, I've not seen the game. I have not seen the game yet. I will go back and have a look. But was Ahmad fouled in it? Hang on. Oh, you know, I can look this up right now. Don't worry. Let me have a look. Hang on. Right. So that push by Harry Maguire, absolutely a penalty. And that push, yeah, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Yeah, he's yanked his arm. He's yanked his arm. That's an easy pen. Was that not given? The contact was not sufficient enough. No way was there no penalty for that. Mate, he's pulled his arm back and yanked him to the floor. That's an easy penalty for me. Easy penalty. Mental. So Hill, thank you very much for your super chat saying, hey Younes, been a Chelsea fan since 2006 and watching you since 100% Chelsea. Big up. I only started commenting on your videos recently to share my frustration, as I've never felt this disgusted as a fan. You definitely wouldn't, because yeah, you've been since 2006. You were here at our peak. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we've never been this low. We've never been this low. Yes, we've been lower in league position. We've never been this low as a football club. Last time we've been this low as a football club was the 80s. Easily. Easily. In terms of where the club is actually going. Back then, we got relegated. Nowadays, it's a mess. Absolute mess. But I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And thank you for the support. If you've been watching since 100% Chelsea, then you've been here for a good decade. Because I stopped 100% Chelsea a decade ago. So, yeah, you're an OG. So big up to you. Thank you very much. Crack X Dodo says, get these Yanks out of my club. That's heavy. That's heavy. We'll stick with Blue Co. Yeah, let's stick with Blue Co. Much appreciated. OJCFC, Blueco out, Gloveless, Racina out, everybody out. Thank you very much. Big time. I'm about to talk about the protest before we get kicking off with the game. We've got 12 minutes left till kickoff. Arash, thank you very much. Says Gary O'Neill or Arash to replace Racina. Everyone put it in the chat. Big up. Arash wins that all day long. Everyone, it's clear, easily, Arash beats Gary O'Neill. It's not even a debate. Arash for Chelsea gaffer. Do you know what I mean? Dan Housen maybe did curse our club. Yeah, maybe we are. You know? Eamon, I see you in the chat. Sahaidik. Gulam went up khair. Thank you very much. Sahaho. You'll know what I'm talking about. Eid Mubarak to everyone that did celebrate, by the way. I've not had the chance to say that yet. But yeah, yesterday was Eid. Especially here, we had it. So I hope all of you had a good one for those celebrating. And yeah, once again, RIP to Silvino Loro, who was Chelsea goalkeeper coach under Jose, the 2 times. And he passed away a couple of days ago. So that's really, really sad. Very young at the end of the day. Still in his, you know, how old was he? In his mid-50s, I think it was, or so. So, yeah. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. And what is it that I was going to say? Oh, why did I stop 100% Chelsea? I stopped because I couldn't. I had a lot going on at that time and I couldn't keep up. I was studying at uni, I was working, I had things at home, and I was doing that all at the same time, and I had to abandon one thing. It was too hectic, it was too much. So, yeah. Plus, there wasn't anything coming out of it, even though there should have at that point. So, it's as simple as that. I couldn't keep up. So, yeah, long time ago. George, at the moment, has gone off on holiday. So, I spoke with him yesterday. He's jetted off. He got on a plane. He got out of it. Well, not a holiday. He's got weddings to attend and all of that. So at the moment, he's gone off to Thailand. And he's going to be doing a couple of different places in the next couple of weeks before he heads back here. So George could not stream today. That's why he's not. I know he's not online. He's already told me this. He's not going to be streaming because he can't. He's not free. But yeah, he landed yesterday. And I told him, enjoy the flipping weather over there, because right now here in Dubai, it's grey, and he's got fantastic Thai sun over in flipping, I don't know if he's in mainland or he's in Koh Samui, but yeah, he's going to be moving about. And he even said he did not even want to stream. It's come at a time where he's had to jet off, but he did not even want to stream because of the way that things are going. So don't worry. I've got you guys covered. I've got you covered for now. But this also explains why we've also been doing the watch-alongs on our channels, because of things like this. Like now, he's gone off. He's not going to be around for 2 weeks and whatnot. So, yeah, we're here. The protest. 9 minutes left. So, let me explain this. And I'm very, very happy to be able to mention this in this way, right? Hang on, Liam Racina is already in the flipping seat. Interesting. All right. He's waiting for his team to come out. He should be in the dress. I'm not even going to bother. Screw all of that. But the protest. Strasbourg fans will be joining. The players around the pitch warming up. They're still warming up. We've got 8 minutes left. I thought these lot would have gone back in by now. All right, fair enough. The protest happening against Manchester United that has been announced. Strasbourg fans will be attending. That is confirmed. The collaboration and the communication between them has been just absolutely top tier. The one thing that I'm very, very happy about is no content creators have been involved in this. I can confirm that with you right now. None. And that is what, if you remember, I was asking about protests. They have to be organic. They have to come from the ground, on the ground, They have to come from the match-going support. They have to come from those that are in the fabric of what's happening on a weekly at Chelsea Football Club. And that is exactly what's happened. And what happens when that happens? You start getting things looking serious. So much so that they've managed to reach out to the Strasbourg fans and get them on board. You know? Now, what we can do as content creators is push it out. You know? As YouTubers, me, cool. There's an audience, no problem. I'll inform everyone like I am now. But I'm glad that the initiative has come from on the ground. Do you know what I mean? So, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Strasbourg fans will be flying. And since that come out, right, I've managed to have something lined up for Monday. So basically, let me give you what's going to happen from tomorrow. Because tomorrow, you guys are going to get one hell of a video. I'm going to tell you guys now. Let me just have a look at the chat. Right. Tomorrow, bomber, as Johnny likes to say. I'm going to have Johnny on tomorrow, but it's not just that. What we're going to be showing you right now, let me just put it this way. I don't want to say too much. I want to wait for tomorrow, be here for tomorrow. But there's a big misconception in the fan base. Huge. And the proof is there for anyone that wants to go to it. That everyone's been lied to on this misconception. Everyone. Like I said, it's public info. If people know where to look. And I understand why people have not been able to go there. I get it. And I'll show you tomorrow. I'll show you tomorrow why people have not been able to locate this information, even though it's been there all along. All along. And you know what? People have gone to the source of where it is, and they've not found it. And I get why. And I'll show you tomorrow. I will show you exactly why. But it's all there. Don't worry. Tomorrow, we are going to show you guys. And in the same way that Johnny brought me on when he had the whole Vivid Seats thing pop up, I'm going to have him on for this. So make sure you guys are locked in tomorrow. It's going to be a video that we upload. It's not going to be a live stream. It's going to be a video, right? On Monday, we're going to have one of the Strasbourg lot coming on. And I can say that. We're going to have one of the Strasbourg lot coming on. One of the guys that's helped to involve this collaboration with the Strasbourg fans coming out. We've managed to get that organised from yesterday night into today. And we've got Monday locked in for that. And we're going to see what's going to happen. What's going to happen. What's been happening on the Strasbourg end. Because there's a lot of things that we don't know. In terms of what have Blueco not done to us, but have done to Strasbourg. So we're going to get to the bottom of that. And he's going to show us with what's happened on the Strasbourg end. So that's what we've got lined up for tomorrow and Monday. That's going to be pretty good. Pretty good. So looking forward to it. Big up, Steve. I see you. Thank you very much. Let me go through some of your super chats that you've brought in. Let me just hang on. I've got to make sure I'm not missing anything here. Yeah, Ayun says, how are you feeling about the All You Can Eat Chelsea, All You Can Eat episodes recently, and will you come back when these owners are finally gone? It's not about that. The problem with All You Can Eat is my scheduling. I've told Miz this as well, is my scheduling. Those afternoons that they're having to record, that they can do, I can't do those afternoons now. It's impossible. I'm not free in those times. If they're moved to my evenings and nights, then I might be able to get something in, no problem. But it doesn't suit everyone else, because now you're seeing more and more people coming on. It's aligned with them lot being able to do it as well. I can't do that time, so it's impossible. So yeah, it's not about that. Owners or no owners or whatnot. It's me. So that's it. OJ says the shootout co-op with George didn't really work. No. It's there. I'm meant to be... Actually, you know what? Let me give you some insight. I'm not meant to be streaming this right now. I'm meant to be flying back from London to Dubai today. I was meant to be in London, but my flight got cancelled. And then rescheduling was impossible. They tried to offer me something for just a couple of days ago, and then me coming out for a couple of days when it was volatile as well. In that moment, the airport got closed and then got reopened hours later. I'm meant to be flying back right now, so I'm not technically meant to be on this stream. Out of circumstances, I'm here because now I'm free. And George has flown out today. So we were going to have a good month and a half of complete disruption where we can't align. So that's all it is. That's all it is. Hope that explains, OJ. Dimitri says, can't be asked for this, forcing myself to watch the game. I know a lot of fans that are not watching the game. I actually know a lot of fans that are not watching. And I get it. By the way, you've got 2 minutes left to submit predictions in Big Up. 2 minutes. It's going to lock in 2 minutes. Get yourself in there if you haven't done so already, quick. If not, you're going to have to wait for the next match, and that's Port Vale. So make sure you guys are there anyway. Make sure you're following on there. The streams are also on Big Up. I am streaming on YouTube and Big Up at the moment, so make sure you guys are there too for any future, if you're not going to be able to make it in the next 60 seconds to predict. But join over there. And you know what? Because it's Big Up, I think what I'm going to be doing is also some exclusive videos and streams on there where possible, because there is a tactical board. There is even possibility of showing match footage. I'm allowed to do it there, you know, without facing any copyright problems in terms of replays. Not live footage, I can't do it. But in terms of any replays or going through things, I think that feature's coming soon, I think. So we'll see what we can do. But there's tactical boards. There's all sorts that's happening there. I'm able to show you guys exactly how I see the game. And it's, yeah, it's good. So make sure you guys are in there. Much appreciated. You officially have 10 seconds left. Yeah, the prediction game is closing in 10, 9, 8, and we're about to lock it up. The game is about to kick off. Thank you very much. But yeah, like I was saying, before I get to Rego Park's super chat, and now we're doing the huddle, by the way, in the centre circle, not next to the ball, in our own half. Funny that, we could have just done that all along, innit? Crazy. Anyway, we're about to kick off. We're in white. Let's see what happens. But I know fans that are not watching the game. I know fans that are not watching the game. You know what I mean? They just don't want this anymore. They'd rather get on with their lives. Do you know what I mean? It's a shame. But it is what it is. Rego Park saying, according to PSG, we hate to be Chelsea fans right now. I see what you did there. I still can't get over their fans waving us out of the stadium. Still makes me sick. Fans were leaving after 15 minutes. Not the lower tier, because that's what I was doing on the watch-along, and I could see the lower tier, and I was asking. I was like, yo, are you guys still staying there? What for? Loads of people started to leave after 60 minutes. I know that. And then by 80, everyone was gone, basically. So... yeah. So we're up and away. Game is underway. Let me bring this across. There we are. The games on Big Up are now closed. Feel free to just follow on there. Make sure you're involved in the next one. But for those that did make the predictions, we are going to see exactly how this one's going to play out. That's for sure. So... let's have a butchers. Now, when it comes to the predictions, my picks, I have Ndiaye having more than 0.5 shots. I have Cucurella committing over 2.5 fouls. Chelsea scoring over 1.5 goals. I've said no. I said there won't be more than 3 goals in this game. Chelsea will have more than 5.5 corners, and there will be under 1.5 goals in the first half. So... we'll see what happens in regards to those predictions generated by Big Up, by the way. Thank you very much to Rego. Yeah, Rego Park, I've read that. Much appreciated. Sultan, thank you for your super chat. Can you call out Shagi? He complains about the owners. I just heard a jet. But never tweets Blueco out. He doesn't follow me, but I'll see. I know he's in Saudi, isn't he? He's in Saudi, so I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. Let me have a butchers over here. As Lavia is about to lose the ball. He passes all the way back to Fofana. Pressure on from Dewsbury Hall. He is number 22, right? Let me see the lineups. You got the stats on screen as well. I'm sure he is. But Ruby, thank you very much. Younes, can you run a poll asking... that should be there. For you guys. Holy crap. Yeah. Wow. Look, at the end of the day, there are going to be some people. This is why, like, I'll be real. There are some people that do not want to speak a certain way, not because they're paid. I know that for a fact. There might be some there are. Don't get it twisted. There are that are deep and have links that they don't want to lose. I get that. But there are some content creators that are genuinely concerned about just losing their viewers and having to repeat the same thing over and over again. Is just out of fear of not alienating their audience, that they don't want to go so hard and they want it to just remain about football. I know that for a fact. Right? So someone like Sir Sarji, you see him go to events and you see him go to certain places and you see these happen. I'm just saying. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't want to go all in because he just doesn't want to lose that. I wouldn't be shocked. So it is what it is. But as an Arabic speaker, I'll be able to try and see, at least on Twitter, what the score is. 95% of you are saying yes, by the way. It's outrageous. We got nearly 300 of you all saying Bluco out. Brilliant. Everton are in. Dewsbury Hall. Oh my God. Flipping hell. It's so far, 4 minutes in, it's Everton. Thank you very much, Shay. Says, let's see what time the chat says the yes man will pass a note on today. He actually spoke about that. He was asked about that because obviously he's become a spokesman. And he was asked and he said, I would do it anyway. He said, if we're losing by 5 goals or if we're winning by 5 goals, I'm going to write a note anyway. I'm sorry, that is such a cop-out answer. It's ridiculous. It's making it just look like, yeah, this is just part of my process anyway. Mate, you're a clown for actually even thinking of writing something when we're 5 goals down in a flipping tie. No, 6 goals down. 6. What's the point? Doesn't make any sense anyway. He's a spokesman now. Pero says, Younes, did you watch the movie Saipan yet? No, I haven't. If that's an anime something or something, that's probably why I don't. So as simple as that. Siafik, thank you for your super chat. As we've got Hato in the back line, giving it to Caicedo. Eid Mubarak, Younes, hoping everything gets better in the world and also the club. Right now, it ain't worth waking up at 4 a.m. to watch these matches. I do agree. It's definitely worth your sleep at this point, mate. Definitely is worth your sleep, for sure. So, big up to you. Thank you very much. Like I've mentioned already for the chat, if there's any moment where you see lag, just refresh. Just refresh. It's on my end. I'm pretty sure it is because here the internet seems to be dipping in and out in moments. Not all the time, but in moments, and we're live, so that can affect things. So just refresh if you ever see that happen. Caicedo's had a shot from distance, and I don't even want to classify it as an attempt. Basically. Lavia got shut down there. Again, just very, very, very poor. And that was Dewsbury Hall getting intercepted. Same old, eh? Same old. One thing I can tell you guys for sure. I've lost emotion watching the games. Like right now, I've got it on, and I've just got it on. Chelsea could score, and I'll be like, all right. And Chelsea would concede, and I'll be like, all right. Do you know what I mean? The sting has been, like, it's been taken out. You know? There's one duel won by Everton already. Then there's another one. Bloody hell. They're so good in the air. That's one advantage they definitely have. They're really good in the air. New stadium, large pitch, which is something that Everton weren't used to in the past. Everton did have a small ground, just like Stamford Bridge. The pitch was narrow, smaller. I'll tell you for free, the pitch doesn't feel small when you're on it. I've been on the pitch at Stamford Bridge. I've played on it twice. I've had a trial on there, not for Chelsea, but for a FIFA affiliated trial. And I've had a 5-a-side game, not 5-a-side, 6-a-side. That was with Son of Chelsea as well. That was when we were sponsored by Shaw on the Roman. And Shaw managed to get us out to have a 6-a-side day at there. And I met Dennis Wise. Beautiful day. That's a jet. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's a jet flying across right now, a fighter jet. They're so deep, honestly. It's mad. Mad. When you hear military, like, equipment, it's a different breed. But when you're on the pitch at Stamford Bridge and you're looking, it feels large. It's not large, but it feels large. Now, God forbid what Wembley must feel like, or Old Trafford, or the Emirates. The pitch must feel like it's flipping miles, you know? Hill Dickinson, this pitch is large, very large. So I don't know. Well, I mean, Everton look like they've been managing it pretty well. We'll see what we're going to do on it. OJ says, for the love of God, please get Fofana out of there, honestly. Yeah, you can hear, yeah? Fofana's gone to mud. Honestly, he really has. But again, just like the rest of our defence, we've got no one that we can count on. There's technically now no one in defence that we can go, yeah, you know what, you're good enough. There's none. There's absolutely none. I'm going to amend this. Hang on. There we are. So for those watching on Big Up now, you've got the timer and the score on there as well. Sorry, that wasn't active before. Corner ball. Corner ball, Everton, of course. Ball in. Shifted over to their right. Oh, is there a foul? Or what's happened? Yeah, foul, I think. Sultan Khalid, thank you very much, saying Sir Sarji doing damage by not losing his perks, to not speak the truth, always gassing these players, call him out, Blueco out. A lot of people need to start, they need to unite now. Everyone needs to get on the same page. Everyone needs to make it clear. Sanchez, you flipping idiot! What? Why am I getting emotional? What's the flipping point? Like, this is new. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is flipping new. Honestly, it's the fan in me. I can't help it sometimes. I can't help it. I mean, it's just typical, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's flipping typical. That's the last time I'm going to get emotional. I can't help it. Sometimes the football fan in me, the Chelsea fan in me, I mean, Beto had his number. Flipping El Sanchez, man. Holy crap. Marissa, thank you very much. Saying, what can I do as a fan outside of the UK to help us get Blueco out? I just get no emotions watching Chelsea play, not sad, not happy, nothing. It's exactly that. Listen, at this rate, everyone on the outside can only do things on social media. That's it. You know, post. They don't like it. The more that post, the better. It really is. Because here's the thing, this is my argument. When a protest is now happening on the ground, proper and it's serious, social media backs that up. Now, the big social media numbers helps make the protest look even better. Now, when there's no protest and it's just social media, it feels like it's just white noise. But in this case, with a proper protest and Strasbourg coming and joining, social media is going to back this up like oil on fire. So everyone can do their part. It's as little as it is, just posting about it. Everyone can do their part. Simple as that. So thank you very much, Marissa. Ball in. Sanchez keeps it to his chest. Fuzzbrain5 says 10 minutes in and I may need that pillow. I've got 3 of them over there. So yeah, if two of them want, if two of you guys want one, then don't worry, I've got you covered. Rambo says, I'm sorry, Enzo is not that good. Cruz would never make a stupid pass like that. He's not on that level. I've got reservations on Enzo Fernandez personally. I don't look at him as a £100 million player. I don't. I do think that he does bring some good things. I think Enzo's a type of footballer. Look, this goes for all the top players, but Enzo, I think specifically this applies to. I think he gets really affected based on the players around him. He's like Sterling. Sterling was actually good when he had good players around him. When there's no one around him, he looks crap, and then he starts making really bad decisions and he starts overdoing things. Enzo, I think, is the same. Without all the dribbling, because Sterling was trying to dribble like a madman and it just didn't work. But Enzo, if you put Enzo in a top team, I think he starts just some of the passes he may even make with players moving in ways that need to. I think he starts looking better. So I think that's on Enzo Fernandez. That's how I see him. He'll go in the summer anyway. Don't worry. Anon, thank you very much. Or Anon says, LOL, why am I getting emotional? Honestly, I don't know why. I'm going to keep it cool from now on. Let's be real. Let's be real. Everton are winning the ball off Chelsea here very easily. Every single time. Way too easily. Way too easily. Ball into the box, back post. Look, they're just going to try and spam the box. Legit. All Everton are going to do is spam the box because they are so good in the air. That's an advantage for him. And you know what? Beto can actually get onto the end of him. He's not really great in terms of his finishing on the ground, but in terms of in the air, he might actually put a... Oh my goodness, the pressure. Wow, Everton actually pressing. And there we are. Easy duel to win for Everton there. Over João Pedro, that was. Hato brings it down and he gives it away. Flipping idiot, bruv. I mean, holy crap. Beto, ball across. This is going to be 1-0. Oh, it's a block. That was going to the bottom corner. Dewsbury Hall. They're all over us. Dewsbury Hall. Garner. 14 minutes in, and it's just been absolutely atrocious. Let's just be honest. Honestly, looks like half the players have given up already, says Fuzzbrain5. Exactly. When you start noticing these signs, don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean Chelsea can't score. It means it's less likely, and it means we're more likely to concede, and it means that on the pitch you're going to start seeing all sorts of easy, silly, stupid mistakes being made because players have checked out. They don't give a crap. You know what I mean? I don't care. This is why, look, don't expect anything. Rafinha and what's going on, don't expect anything. It's in the mud. You know what I mean? Everton are actually very, very high up here. Very high up. And they're tempting Chelsea forward. And look at that ball straight into Beto. Very easy to make. He loses the control. Thank you very much. Zero Tolerance. Great name, by the way. Saying, 15 minutes in, our game is boring as hell. We are regressing. Big time. It's gone super slow. Super slow. Cole Palmer into a lot of space here. That was a nice little flick on. Neto. See, this is where Chelsea can get opportunity. And that's a goal kick. RTKS says players look Bluco out with this performance. I hope players are. Do you know what I mean? I hope they are. And don't get me wrong, not that they are. I think they're not looking at this like Bluco out. These players, let me explain something. Players are not looking at, oh, you know, we got to change the club. No, they're thinking, I've got to change my career. Yeah. If I don't believe this is working, I'm going to get on the blower to my agent and be like, hello, mate. Yeah, find me a move. I want out. And then they're gone. Do you know what I mean? So, it's crazy. But that's how it is. And hence why we've seen the comments from Enzo. And this is why I'm pretty sure he'll be moved on in the summer. And then we'll get Barco in. And then the PR will start going, you know, oh, no, we got Enzo's replacement. He's much better than Enzo. You know what I mean? Even though Enzo wasn't even top tier. But overall, we'll just get fed that Barco is the next guy, you know, best guy since sliced bread. It's just ridiculous. Ball over to the left. Here come Everton. Ball in. Easy pickings. Easy pickings, poor control, but the way that got to him in the box was criminal. Ndai, by the way. Is that Ndai? Fofana. Holy crap. You get paid 200... Well, how's his salary? 200k? Man, I swear, sometimes some footballers make a flipping steal. They honestly, I don't get it. I don't get it. Sometimes these footballers get way too much money. Do you know what I mean? Especially at Arca. Look at him, that Tarkowski. He's going, just send it up. I'll be on it, don't worry. These lot can't jump, save their lives. Send it. Here's a throw. Michaelenko's going to bomb this one forward with his arms. Rory Delap, oh no, he doesn't. He's gone short. Dewsbury Hall. Well, Cole Palmer, mate, why are you giving that space he literally moved out of the way of Dewsbury Hall. Literally moved out of the way for him. Dewsbury Hall keeps that on. Ball across again into the box. And they've won the duel, of course, and it gets cleared. These lot, honestly, man, this is a joke. Adrian, thank you very much, says Liam seems more like an interim coach. He doesn't have that presence of being a head coach, let alone a manager. He is a spokesperson. I'm calling him the spokesman. He's a spokesman. He does more interviews than I speak in videos. He's done more content than me. It's ridiculous. You know? He just start a channel and just put whatever he wants to say on there. I think it'd do well. YouTube will see he's consistent. His channel will get pushed. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. Honestly, it's insane. OJ says, do we need to get relegated for Blue Coat to go out? No. The right pressure needs to be put on and the right information needs to be put out. The facts. Don't worry, we'll get there tomorrow. Rambo says, other than Reece, Caicedo and Palmer, I don't think there's a player I like in this team. It's crazy. My favourite part of FIFA is selling everyone. It's true. One good thing about FIFA is you get to go and do what you want. Mate, I would go and buy all the players that we were meant to buy and then win everything. You know what I mean? Look at that. We've given it away, and he's given it away, and Fafana's booted that off the pitch, and are we going to keep that on? No. Ruby CFC, thank you very much, says, I can tell we're getting a red or battered or both. I don't sense the red card yet. It could come, though. This is us we're talking about. Cole Palmer nearly getting nutmegged. He wins the ball, and he's fallen over very, very easily there, let's be honest. He's won the foul. Lawrence says, get Gaffer as a PE teacher and a motivational speaker. He's not even a good motivational speaker. You know what's mad? Everything we've seen from Rafinha confirms the clip that was going around when we saw him in the Strasbourg changing room. Do you remember that video that was going around in the Strasbourg dressing room? And he was like trying to F him blind. And that is exactly what we've seen at Chelsea, isn't it? It's exactly the same. So it confirms what we saw was correct. You're right. This guy is nothing more than a PE teacher. Really, honestly. So, but he is on the Blue Coat train. And he is one of them. And he's part of the model, fully. And he's their puppet. Don't get me twisted. If he's got any self-respect, the day will come when he explodes, like the others. Because it has to. You can't go on with complying for that long. You just can't. Hence why Maresca eventually exploded. Poch eventually exploded. You know? Either the results are so bad and the club are forced, like Potter, or he explodes and he leaves because he starts talking. It's one of the two. Ian says he was a pundit, so it says it all. Yeah, he was. Don't get it twisted. He does have a pro license and all of that. Like, he does have the referee waves play on. He does have, like, the coach credential. But he's not of the level. Flipping hell, what has he done in the game? To merit Chelsea? Do you know what I mean? To get into Chelsea? It doesn't... Well, he was part of the Blue Coat model. He was a Strasbourg coach. That's all he did. That got him across the line. OJ says, why is effing Rafinha clapping like we're doing great? Because he's trying to be motivational. This is what we do. Do you know what I mean? This is it. Everton on the attack again. Little 1-2. Can't make it. Is that going? No, he does make it. It's because the pitch is larger. That's a great ball in. Oh my God. Wow. Ball. Oh, that's a great through ball. Malo Gusto going to cover that? He does. He honestly could have seen that out for a goal kick, but no. He decides to boot it up to give the ball away. I mean, Gareth says, what are 7% of people saying Blue Coat in thinking? That's probably rival fans, I'll be honest. Or maybe the odd weird Chelsea fan. I'll be real. I'll be honest. But it's probably rival fans going, no, let's say Blue Coat in to wind them up. I guarantee. Unfortunately, you do get that. I do have some rival fans that watch me. Not as much as, let's say, a Matisse. I think if Matisse run this poll, 60% will be Blue Coat in, because all the Arsenal and United and everyone will be like, nah, let's keep Blue Coat in, because we love the downfall of that club. So don't be surprised. Enzo Fernandez wins it back. Ball across into space for Neto. That's a good ball from Enzo. I'll give him that. For Correa, out to absolutely no one. And Everton are now going to see this out, put it up the pitch, win the duel. Of course they do. Of course they win the duel and the tackle. It's Everton we're talking about. OJ says, shut it down, mate. End the season now. Get them out. Don't worry, the protest will. The truth is, this has already come to a foregone conclusion, hasn't it? We all know. Here's Enzo Fernandez, who's lost the ball very, 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 very easily. AC3WI says he should be the academy coach at most. We're cooked. We're doomed, sorry. And Rambo says Enzo Fernandez is shy. Listen, if you go to the academy and you go look at the structure, there are coaches in there that are unqualified. Harry Hudson should not be there. Dan Logan should not be there. All the kinetic lot should not be there. Technically, even McFarlane should not be in that first team dugout. Yeah? Well, I say dugout, maybe as a dugout, as an assistant, okay, perhaps. But running the academy team in the capacity that he was underqualified, technically. There's ways around it, but this is what we do at CFC LDN now. We find ways around everything. Find a loophole every flipping way you can. You know, loophole FC. It stinks. The whole thing stinks. It's ridiculous. So... Neto screaming for someone, finds Palmer, who gets dispossessed because it took him about 1.5 years to get into that position. Here's Lavia. Enzo. We're about to approach 25 minutes. And there's been absolutely nothing. This is starting to look very reminiscent of Graham Potter. Do you remember Potter's days? Like that, where nothing happened. But you know what's mad? At least, and this is clutching at straws, at least with Potter, we knew what football he was trying to implement. We knew. It was crap. It didn't work, but we knew. We knew exactly what pattern and what positioning he was trying. We saw what worked at Brighton for him. You knew what he was trying to do. It was terrible, but at least we knew. And then the results started coming in. It was just horrible, right? Horrific. But with this, we're actually in the dark on everything. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what's going on. The results are crap. I can't label anything. We know instantly this guy has no credentials or credibility. We know he's a puppet. We know there's PR. We know everything. It's not like the Graham Potter days. No one knew much during the Graham Potter days. With now, everyone knows exactly what's going on, and it kind of makes things even more brutal. Here come Everton. Again, ball straight in. Unlucky. Here's Neto. 26 minutes in. When Everton want to move the ball forward, they do so easily. You know what I mean? Lawrence, thank you very much for your super chat saying, I'm scared we will win and the fans will forgive Blueco and the protest will suck. I'm starting to hate the Magic Home fans more than Blueco. No, don't get me wrong. They're waking up. They are starting to really, it's reached the end of their tether. It's not about the results, and everyone knows that now. It's starting to show that it's not about the results. Here's João Pedro, and it's blocked. It's not about that. We could win today. Nothing changes. We could win the next 3. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. That's it. The results are irrelevant. We've gone down the route of trying to get Champions League football, having the hope, going into the Champions League, getting absolutely smacked, only to what? Try and do the same thing when we know that nothing's going to improve, and they told you to your faces that nothing's going to improve. So what are you buying into? That's where the fans are now. This is why it's reached its tether. This is why now fans are taking action. Because it's got to the point where there's nothing left to believe in. It's done. There's nothing left. So fans that are looking at this going, yeah, if we win, oh, you know what is that? Nah. It changes nothing. And you best believe there are going to be games we definitely don't win. So irrespective, we're only right now going through formalities. Watching this is a formality. I say a formality in terms of the football. It's not a formality with you guys. This is why I'm doing it, I swear. If it wasn't for you guys, if I wasn't here on this platform, I would not be watching whatsoever, right? I really wouldn't. I'll be honest. Hence why I understand many of the fans that are already just switching off. But with you guys, for the sake of you guys tuning in, we're all together, we get to converse in this way, it gets us through it. If I didn't have someone to go through it with, I wouldn't bother. Do you know what I mean? So we're here and we're being therapy for each other, which has a positive effect at least. So I'm grateful for that. At least I'm grateful for that. Here's Caicedo, ball into the box, and defender gets rid of it. He didn't really need to touch that. Tarkowski didn't really need to. Was that Tarkowski or Michael Keane? Sorry. No, Tarkowski. He didn't really need to. But anyway, Pickford's telling him it's all right, mate. Don't worry, it's fine. Chelsea corner. Now pay attention, yeah? Who wins this? Who wins this? Enzo Fernandez, ball into the box. Here it is. And an Everton head gets onto it. What a surprise. Caicedo smacks it, and it's a shot, and it's headers, goals galore, headers galore. Neto, blocked. Listen, this Everton team, they know how to block, that's for sure. They really do. You see, I'm watching right now, not expecting anything. Ball across, straight to Pickford. Pickford catches it. I'm not expecting anything. That's just safe to say, these lot definitely know how to block a ball. That's flipping sure, isn't it? I mean, these lot just look. Shot, block, shot, block, shot, block. And it's just non-stop. It's a wall. It's a flipping wall. Look at Tarkowski. But look at the placement of their players when they're defending. It's mad. They're organized. They are closing. One player closes every single possible gap. One player is in the way. They're structured in a way where you can see, like, in that box, it's like a 3, 2, or a 4, and then maybe another 2 that are blocking the gaps that middle line might hold. So the ball cannot get through. Any single way, the ball's getting blocked. Everton are on that sort of level of defending. We can't even position 2. 2 centre-backs we struggle with. So, you know, this is why my expectation of even getting through is on the floor. OJ, thank you very much again, mate. Much appreciated for the support today. Saying I hope both sides of this pillow are warm. Have you got of his pillow? Whose pillow? Oh, Rafinha. Sorry, you said Rafinha clown. I hope both sides of his pillow are warm. Don't worry, they will be. Unless if he starts getting up too much, handing notes over to players, then maybe it won't be. Maybe a bit of cold air will reach the pillow. Maybe. Half an hour passed. And it's 0-0. Here's Caicedo. Ball into the middle. Good tackle. Enzo Fernandez wins that back. Well, gets the pass off. Gusto back to Enzo. Into the middle. Passing backwards. Caicedo. Into Neto. For Correa. Block. Easy pickings for Everton. They know exactly where we're going. Oh, Beto tried to pass the ball through. Didn't get past. Here's Caicedo. There's no intensity to this game whatsoever. I say intensity, wrong word. Urgency. There's no speed. There's no tempo whatsoever. When Chelsea have the ball anyway, there's no tempo. We're very slow. And you know what? To catch Everton, you got to be quick. You need to take advantage of the one moment that might come your way if they have an opening. If you allow them to get back into position, you ain't getting past. Simple as that. And the only way you'd get past is if you're good in the air, which we're not. So what hope have we got? Do you know what I mean? We're not good in the air. Everton have won it. Beto. And that's, Beto wins the throw off Fofana. Horrible, man. Horrible. Flipping. Shocking defending. Chelsea Blue DSS still looking for hitmen for the owners. Anyone? No hitmen will be needed, mate. No hitmen will be needed. Here's Tarkowski. Tarkovsky. Is it Tarkowski or Tarkovsky? I don't know which one it is. right? Dewsbury Hall, into the middle, very straightforward. Here goes Beto, and it's 1-0 Everton. He actually finished. I told you that he can't finish, and he actually finished. And guess what? It's another through ball down the middle with no one on it, red carpet, open field, straight to the striker, slots it in. Done. 1-0. A great finish from Beto. It's a great run and it's a great finish. Rambo says, Fofana's the worst defender we ever had. He's one of them. Rexy says, we're so flimsy, so crap. Blue Co and Clearlake. I'm going to address this in a sec. Look at that. Ball in. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's a great pass. And it's a great finish. That's a fantastic finish from Beto. Can I just say, that chip, that flick over the keeper. Poor Garner with the pass, by the way. He got the perfect spin on it and all. Like, that flick was so well timed, and he got the right spin for it to go onto the inside, not on the outside. I love those finishes, man. I appreciate that. As a striker, I appreciate those finishes. They're so clever. And I said at the start, he can't finish well. Well, there you go. It's 1-0. Yeah, so Rizky. You're Berber, I can tell. We're so flimsy, so crap. Blue Coat and Clear Lake out. Respectfully, not to you, but to everyone. Stop saying Clear Lake out. Blue Coat is the entire ownership. Right? Clear Lake and Bowley, Walters, and the rest make up Blue Coat. Blue Coat out. That's it. And I'll explain tomorrow that in the in what I'm going to show to you, right? I'm gonna explain things exactly when it comes to this, why that's very important to say for what I've just said right now. Very important. Gusto's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot. He had the chance to just smack that across into the bottom corner, into the far corner, and he decided to square it. You got the chance to shoot, honestly. Lauren says, now I know the protest will bang. Blue Co out. Brilliant. It will. No, trust me. This time, it definitely will. Chelsea Blue DS says, Fofana or Djilobodji? Oh, Djilobodji all day long. Djilobodji, you know. He's the sort of player we would buy now. What a save. What a flipping save that was. Pickford. England #1. England #1. Look at that. Ball gets cleared by Pickford. It's a shot by Enzo, and Pickford's reflexes are cat-like. Honestly, absolutely cat-like. That was going in, and he's just gone straight over the goal, over the crossbar, and now we're chasing 1-0 deficit. Ball in, and it's cleared, of course, because Everton are monumental in the air. The protest is going to be serious this time. Serious. There's some real organisation going on behind it now. Big. So, RTKS, thank you very much, says Chelsea for life, but I am buzzing. Loss equals pressure. I hate that it's come to this. Like, I genuinely hate that it's come to that. Do you know what I mean? And we can't header a ball to save our lives. Yeah, I hate that it's come to that. What can you do? What can you do? Nothing new then. Do you know what I mean? Shay99, thoughts on the England squad? Because this is crap. I like the England squad. I will say one thing. There's one thing that I think is wrong here. Danny Welbeck didn't get a call-up. I mean, I don't really get. Of course, he's not going to be starting. We got Harry Kane. But there we are. See, now we've caught Everton out. They've lost the ball. This is the sort of time where you can take advantage. But now we're going to let Everton get back into position. And there we go. Neto tries to get past the player, fair play, lost the battle, and Everton are now back in position. So whether it comes down to stupid decision-making or just not good enough, one of them allows the opposition to get back into position, and then we no longer have the advantage. That's what's happening here. Gusto to cross the ball, maybe. Okay, Younes, stay cool, stay cool, stay cool, stay cool, stay cool, stay cool, stay cool. You said you wouldn't get emotional. You said you wouldn't get emotional. Let me explain this in a calm way. I don't understand players that want to cross the ball or shoot the ball when they see that there's a player 2 yards in front of them. Right there. Tell me, do you think that if you think of crossing the ball, you make the cross, you hit the ball, do you think it's getting past? Gusto thinks yes. Honestly. Leon Watkins saying, at least Pickford is in form for the World Cup. Yeah, big up. Big up Pickford. We need him on form. So England can win the World Cup at least, and Tuchel can win it, and then the ownership will be like, oh, we sacked the World Cup winner. Yeah. Also, our Champions League winner. OJCFC says, can't blame Blueco for what Fofana does on the pitch. We can blame them for buying him. We actually can. That was Todd Bowley signing. So, yeah. As acting sporting director, which he then went on to admit he had no idea what he was doing. And that if players are wanted by Man City, we should just go for them just for that reason alone. Honestly, it's... no. What can we do? Player down. Everton, yeah, head. I think that Beto got whacked in the head. Yeah, it was. But yeah, England squad is good. I like it. I think there's 35 names on there because there's the 2 games, and there's going to be some players that are not going to be available for one of the games and vice versa. So yeah. Hence, no, I think it's a very good squad overall. I do. I think there's a lot of depth in all positions. Finally, you know, we get to look at it from that perspective. So, yeah. Look at Moisey. One of the old school managers left in the game. Like Moisey. Here's Lavia. Musa Mohammed, thank you very much for your super chat. We've given it away. Holy crap. Caicedo, are you blind? Even Caicedo now, are you blind? Like, can you see? It's the same thing like I just mentioned. You can see the player right in front of you. You're going to pass the ball right to him. I don't get it. I really don't get it with some of these lot. I don't. Says, I swear, Younes, I saw that goal coming from Fofana mistake. It's so predictable. It really is, isn't it? It really is. You could... Very, very, very predictable. Very predictable. We've got so many players that make mistakes now. Especially in the back line. There's Gusto. Oh, my God. What are you? No, okay, I won't get emotional. I said I wouldn't get emotional. Lavia's just giving it to Everton on a plate. I said I wouldn't get emotional. I said I wouldn't get emotional. I said I wouldn't get emotional. It's hard, but I'm not going to get emotional. Dewsbury Hall, I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to get emotional. Out for a corner. No, Everton throw. Holy crap. Holy crap. It's hard. This is why I do what I do. You know, I have a passion to speak on stuff in football. And it's so hard to stay quiet. It really is. Shay99 says the Brighton sub goalkeeper was a strange choice, though. Third choice, by the way. Third. Yeah. Sanchez was third choice, Brighton goalkeeper, just saying. This is going to be a long throw into the box. Yep, it is. Lumped, and he's punched it. That's out for a corner. That's out for a corner. Is that Ganja Chan? Yo. No, or is that Ganga? Maybe Ganga. Maybe Ganga. I'll let you off. Hi, Younes. There was a report that came out today that they said only 30 Strasbourg were travelling to London for the process. Do you think it's just PR again? That is completely inaccurate information. And I know that for a fact. Why? Because I know where the only place to get Strasbourg information is from, and they've not been contacted. they've not let anything out in terms of numbers. I know that for fact. So it's a complete guess, as far as I'm concerned. That's a complete guess. If anything was to be communicated with numbers, at least when it comes to Strasbourg, we would know about it pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. And Shay99 says, I meant for the England training goalkeeper. Oh, for the England squad. Hang on, who's... No, but I have seen there's 5 goalkeepers that I think have been selected. Basically, look, I think it's the 5 English goalkeepers up for selection. Do you know what I mean? So if there's 5 goalkeepers that have been selected, I think it's just... it's depth and preparation. Tuchel does need to see everyone, to be fair. In training, at least. Realistically, for the tournaments, we won't need more than 2 goalkeepers. 3 goalkeepers at max, and we already know who they're probably going to be. Pickford, Ramsdale, Nick Pope. That's it. No one else is getting in. No one. So, Oletsky says, I am Bear Bear, and where's Esteval? I told you, I knew you. I know that name. Respect you. So am I. So, respect you. Esteval, is he on the bench? I've not even looked at the benches. Like, I've not even been... So we look at the benches. Let's look at the bench. Right, so the bench is... Yeah, Esteval's there. Yeah, he might come on later. He might come on later, that's about it. You know what I mean? Zero Tolerance 108 says, Everton is now 3 points behind us. Game's gone, RIP. Are they now 3 points behind us? So it's not just Brentford. It's not just Brighton as well. Brighton, because they won, they beat Liverpool, have now all of a sudden gotten close. Wow. Rambo says, battered everywhere we go, everywhere we go. I know, we've become the song, haven't we? We really have. Nico Zimmer, thank you for your super chat. Says, I will be at Premier League mornings, April 18th, 19th. I will wear Blue Coat out merch. Oh, I'll give you a shout out, Younes. United, we can do this. Hang on, what's Premier League mornings? Enlighten me. What's that? Oh, Premier League mornings. Oh, in the States. Tampa Bay. Big up, yes, absolutely. At Universal Studios. No, is it at Universal Studios? Maybe. Okay, cool. Yeah, bro, you do you. The more the merrier. Like I've said, every single little bit that everyone can do, the merrier. Don't think it doesn't count. When there's a big, normal, organized protest now, like in motion, everyone can now chip in. With the little that they can do, even if it's just a tweet saying Blue Co out. That's it. Like nothing, you don't need to do much more than that. Just whatever you can do, and it's all good. So, much appreciated, mate. Thank you. Enjoy it. OJ says, Blue Co laughing at our 50 drunk dudes protest. Yeah, the past ones, they won't be laughing at this one. I know that for fact. What's being materialized for this one? The Strasbourg lot are going to teach us a thing or two as well. Let's just say that. And don't get it twisted. I think a lot of people forget who we're facing on the day. Man United. Would be funny if the 1958 got involved, wouldn't it? Yeah. Let's just say they're aware of what's going on. Just saying. Because for them, Glazers out. Now, what happens if we get Glazers out, Blue Co out all on the same day? Investors panicking across the spectrum. Evolution 22, thank you, saying, crazy to think that if we had serious owners, we would have Mignon, Elise, Osimhen, Kvaratskhelia, Shirky, a world-class Cornwall replacement, we would have dominated. Fact. Complete fact. Those are the names that we've missed out on, that were all doable with the budget that we've blown. They were all doable. You know? So, referee's about to blow for half-time. Absolutely horrific, this. It's horrific. It's an absolute joke. Look at those stats as well. Even further proof, stats do not win you football matches. Horrible. Half-time. Half-time, Everton 1, Chelsea 0. How are all of you feeling? Because I am not feel. Like, I am not feel. You know, like Usyk, when he said, I am feel. Yeah, I am not feel. That's it. I no feel. I no feel. By the way, we had nearly 3,000 votes. 2,795 votes so far for that Blueco out question, and 92% of you said Blueco out. You see, even these little things can help. Give an idea. You know what I mean? But let's be honest, that first half of football, we done absolutely nothing. Like, legitimately nothing. For those that are watching on Big Up as well, you'll be able to see stats that are about to pop up for you. The AI is going to give you some information based on what we saw in that half. So enjoy that incentive. Yeah, this has been a horrible half. 28, Jay Carlo, thank you for your super chat saying mistake after mistake from Fofana. Yeah, he's joined the he's joined the very long line of mistakers. So we call them mistakers. Just people that constantly make mistakes. Just non-stop. You know? It's non-stop. Kashmiri Blue, thank you very much, mate. Hope you're well. I hope we get relegated next season so they leave. It doesn't need to come to that. It doesn't need to come to that, honestly. It would happen if we got relegated, that's for sure, but it doesn't need to come to that. It would... It's definitely achievable without getting relegated. For those on Big Up, by the way, just refresh. If you're on Big Up, refresh, and the screen will pop back up. I've just amended something. So just refresh. It will be good. We've had 61% possession. We've had 9 total shots. We've done nothing with it. And we're 1-0 down. GFG, K7I, saying, thank you very much for the contribution. Much appreciated. Nico Zima, 007, says, I am a t-shirt designer. I will make Blueco out merch. Hit me up if you want any merch. Younes, you get a free one. Send me your address. Well, if you want to make them, mate, I'll be absolutely happy to wear it. No problem at all. Much appreciated. But if you want to make them, if you got a link and whatnot, then, yeah, I'll happily promote it. Get a link in, I'll put the link in the description and we're good to go. Do you know what I mean? This is horrific. Honestly, this is absolutely horrific. It's like at this point, there's nothing else to even say. The Premier League table as it stands, if we just take a look. On days where Liverpool lost and Man United drew as well, by the way, just to make that point clear, if Everton are now 2 points behind us. Everton right now, 2 points behind us. Brentford right now with a game to play are 3 points behind us. They play later on against Leeds. Fulham, 1. They won, so they're 4 points behind us now. Brighton, they won, so they're 5 points behind us now. Newcastle are yet to play. If they win, they go 3 points behind us. I don't know about you guys, but this is not looking good, bruv. Like this is really not looking good. But by the way, here's the goal. So they're showing the goal and they're showing the offside line. It's just absolutely beautifully timed by Beto. But that through ball that goes in between the 2 midfielders and the 2 defenders is criminal. Beautifully weighted pass by Ghana, by the way. Ghana, respect. But that finish was just... Sanchez nearly hit his flipping head on the knee of Beto. Honestly. Adrian says, could you believe we went from JT and Ricardo Carvalho to Fofana and Tosin? It's an insult, isn't it? It's an absolute insult. By the way, big up to the users that I can see are using the AI. Flipping hell. There's stats here that I didn't even think existed that are here. Holy crap. Fair play. All right. Well, to go from that to that is an absolute decline. An absolute decline. Horrible. Overall, just really horrible. And the way that we try to pass the ball in that back line is just catastrophic on all sorts of levels. It's really, really, really bad. You know what I mean? Really bad. So yeah, Kashmiri Blue, again, thank you very much. Says, can we at least get ready for this? Can we at least get ready for this DEI hire now? Oh, no. Because like I've said before, this before, if we get rid of Rafinha, which I don't think will happen, because he's in line, you need to not look at Rafinha as a football hire. You need to look at him as a PR hire. Yeah, you need to look at him as a model hire. He is the model. He's part of the model. Rafinha is in line with it. If something were to happen to him, what do you think we're going to do? Go and get Luis Enrique? No. This is why I say Rafinha is irrelevant. He's not relevant. We'll get in the next guy who's going to come in and do as he's told. That's Gary O'Neill. If Chelsea are forced by really bad results to get rid of Rafinha, like it happened under Graham Potter, Potter wasn't sacked because he wasn't towing the line. Potter was sacked because just the results were just too bad. Like, you cannot hold on anymore, no matter what you're trying to do, because at the end of the day, the ownership are interested in top four. That's all they're interested in. So they can't let it go on to that point. And with Potter, we were talking about 12th and 13th, right? So if we do get rid of Rafinha, if it goes to that level, yeah, Gary O'Neill is the next guy that's being groomed by Bluco over at Strasbourg. And then that's fine. Even Strasbourg will lose another gaffer. He'll end up at Chelsea. They'll find someone for Strasbourg again, I don't know, Bob the Builder or something, and that's it. That's it. Simple as. By the way, really quickly, I am going to go and get myself, I know this is going to run out. I'm about to finish. I'm going to go and get a new bottle of water. Bear with me for 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I won't. 1 sec. Oh, right. Brand new bottle. We are good to go. Yeah, very good. But yeah, it'll be Gary O'Neill. It'll be Gary O'Neill. Don't worry, I've got pillows here anyway, so it's fine. If we need pillows, we're good. We're covered. I prepped for that, don't worry. That poll, by the way, is there. 3,783 of you have voted and still climbing, and climbing a lot. 92%. Actually, we're about to get for 3,800. And there it is. 92% still saying Bluco out. It's true. Where did the 8% come from? Are you all Arsenal fans? You must be. You feel threatened. Do you know what I mean? You must feel threatened. Let me just have a look at something. Yeah, you must feel threatened, Arsenal. You know? Because you're about to win the league, unfortunately. And they're like, we can't let Chelsea get back to the top, so you know what? Bluco in. Ah, man. Rostislav, thank you very much for your super chat. Saying, a few watch-longs ago, I joked about us going for another left winger despite needing a top centre-back. Guess what? We're linked with El Mala. This club has become a joke. Yeah, this is absolute farce. But he's 19 and developing, guys, so don't worry. He'll get paid about £10.50 a week. So we'll be good to go in that aspect. You know, we're good to go. Simon Jordan, listen, this guy is clearly in cahoots with the ownership, one way, shape or form. He seems to like what they're doing because I think he has to say that sort of thing. He likes them on a personal level, I think. It must be because you can't justify this. Like, you really can't. And he's put himself in a position where he can't back out of what he's been saying because he's just clearly, just... I don't get it. So I'm not even going to contemplate entertaining what he's saying. I can't be bothered. Everyone knows it's just this waffle, PR. He says, don't get me wrong, Simon Jordan as a whole does come out with some things that I think are correct. Not on this, not on Chelsea or Blueco. He's got this completely wrong. It's ridiculous. But overall, when he's talking overall, there's some things I go, yeah, he's got a point. He's not a stupid person, which tells me that he's clearly got some sort of advantage talking about Blueco in this way. Without question. Without question. So, yeah. Orixdale says, I left my girlfriend to watch this at 2 a.m. in Hong Kong. Why would you do such a thing? If this was like ages ago, I would have told you, absolutely brilliant. You're watching Chelsea. Great. Now? No, mate, it's 2 a.m. Yeah? That's prime time with your missus. What are you doing? Go and find her. Don't watch the game. Honestly. But respect the dedication. Thank you, mate. Aki Rules, thank you very much. Liam will make the comment, though, we won on XG. Mate. Did Graham Potter say that once? He did, didn't he? The XG was really good. I swear he said that. Did he say that? Let me know if I've got this... if I've got this... nailed down. Let me know if that is what he said. Danny, thank you very much. Oh no, hang on. Sorry, my bad. Moflygerian, thank you so much, says, I don't know why we play Neto and Cuckoo same side. They offer nothing wide and Gusto basically playing right back and right wing. Oh yeah, true. I mean, everything looks so static anyway. There's no energy whatsoever, so it doesn't surprise me. But you're right. Danny says, Enzo F the problem to some fans after the first half. Surely others have dropped heads looking elsewhere. At least EF is real about Liam and no red. No, you're right. You're right. It's clear that even other players are now dropping. Enzo, even in this game, has actually been active, at least. Clearly, other players have lost their heads too. Jerry Gerard, thank you very much, says, Younes unfortunately until the Ultras burn a whole section of the ground and pelted the owner's car they won't sell. They do this in Italy and it works. Mate. Lazio. Yeah? Lazio are serious, you know? Lazio are serious. They've not been showing up to games of all sorts. It's been mad. Black screen on Big Up. If you're on Big Up and you're watching, just refresh. Refresh on there, it'll all be good. It should be anyway. For me, I can see myself. It's great. There's no black screen. So it should all be good. Mofigerian says, the boys gave everything. Yeah. But yeah, he did mention about XG. We done really well on XG. I remember when that came out, I lost my mind. I couldn't believe what I heard. Could not believe it. We done good on XG. Holy crap. You know? We created the most XG. That's how you know the game's gone. Game's really gone. You best believe the game is actually gone. When you look, I'm going to say this properly. When you look internally, even at the structures, you know, what goes on behind the scenes, the shenanigans, the way people are integrated, like all the flipping business side of things, like the whole scope behind the scenes that fans don't see is so twisted and so messed up. It's mental. Mental. So the game's gone. It really is. It really is. On a level that I think many fans don't comprehend. They don't comprehend it because they just don't know. Garnacho, Alejandro, Caminono. I'm going to do the Eddie Guerrero. Do you know what I mean? Viva la raza! Yeah, Garnacho will be the one to get things done. Who's he coming on for? Look at Liam trying to motivate. Go, give me a high five. You got this, boy. Go on, son. Right, he doesn't sound like that. Yeah, go on. You can do this. Go on, son. You've got this. Just do a good job. Good on, mate. Well done, mate. Have fun. Get the XG. Who's that geezer with the ball? He's wearing a suit. Thank you very much to Aki Rules saying, Younes, I believe this team will end up 11 for 12. I don't think he'll be that low. But I do think that, well, we're definitely not getting Champions League. That's for sure. We're about to start the second half. Fuzzbrain says, this football may be worse than Potter era. Fact. The football itself is. This is what's actually mad and what's twisted. There we are. Hang on. There we are. Second half underway. Yeah, the football, for sure, worse than the Potter era. And the results at the Potter era were crazy. Do you know what I mean? Garnacho on for who? I've not seen that. Who's he on for? Who's he on for? Gusto. He's on the left. He's put Neto at right wing back again. The bloody geezer's put Neto at right wing back again. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Yeah, because that worked beautifully against PSG, didn't it? Holy crap. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, things like this shows that it's even worse than Potter. It is. Jerry Gerrard, this is what happens when you look for puppets. Jerry Gerrard says Roma had to fire their Greek CEO because of bomb threats. Holy crap. Goal kick. Everton goal kick. Benevento Ultras chased down the president down the highway. What's the common thing? They all sold. I mean, at that point, yeah, you have to. Your flipping life is in danger. Do you know what I mean? You ain't got a choice. Holy crap. That's... Italians don't mess about. Starbucks Meg, win, lose or draw, blue co out, change needs to start now. Fact. Well said. Most Nigerians says our midfielders play the same way. We need different profiles in there, more height and ball carriers with more goal threats. Get rid of this style of play. These are the levels that we're talking about, though. We're not getting in players with even the individual quality, let alone have the coach to even implement a system and a way that actually works for them to be coached properly. That's not even happening. Ball over the top into Beto. It's unlucky. It's an Everton corner. That's exactly what they're looking for. So, yeah, we've got many problems. This won't be solved under this ownership. It won't. Because especially now, no manager in their right mind of a proper level would walk into this. Luis Enrique walked away from us. Nagelsmann said this isn't a project for football. You're getting managers now rejecting you. So who's going to be left to accept? Yeah, the crap ones that don't really have much going their way that are going to use Chelsea as an opportunity. So what happens when that happens? Well, you get mediocrity. You get crap. So why are we expecting anything to happen? It's easy. 2 + 2 is 4. -1 is 3. Quick maths. Shout out Big Shaq. Shout out Tukil again, thank you very much. Saying from Ancelotti's, Mourinho's, Tuchel to Potter and this clown. Now he will bring in Grandpa Garnacho and Didi Delap to win this match. Save my club. Man, that's outrageous. Aki Rule says this manager doesn't get it. Irrelevant. Bluco out. Facts. Irrelevant. It's only on the ownership. Mo Nigerian says Liam definitely using ChatGPT. You know what? He's not even using Claude or any actually good AI. He's using just basic stuff now. ChatGPT, isn't it? Just straight up. I think Biggie, AI, is more advanced than ChatGPT in this. Actually is. When it comes to football, it actually is. Maybe he's trying to use Biggie. I won't let him. I won't let him. I won't let him. Incredible. Fuzzbrain5 says, Big Sam to Chelsea. Let's go. I am not even kidding. What I'm about to say is going to sound crazy, but I'm not kidding. Big Sam will do a better job than Liam Rossini. Without question. Without question. Even Big Sam wouldn't comply with this. Big Sam will be like, what? Get out. Big Sam was bold enough to try and stick it on Jose at one point, yeah? And say that I out-tacticked him, which technically he kind of did on the day because they beat us, right? But Big Sam is, look, when it comes to mentality and comes to old methods, he has old school stuff going on. He, just because of that alone, his values, he wouldn't comply with Bluco. No chance, no chance. But you know what? He saves teams from going down all the time, so he might be good for Tottenham. Here come Everton again. Look at our back line. Just they're jogging. They're actually jogging to get back. They don't give a crap. I can tell. They don't give a crap. They're playing so basic. They don't care. They're just going with emotions. Look at that pass from Lavia. Suicide. Suicide pass. Look. Jogging back. Jogging back. Cucurella cuts the pass. I don't get why Lavia is playing this long either. He'll break. If it's not today, it's next game. He'll break. Go on, Nacho. Lucky that didn't get intercepted. It nearly did. Here's Enzo. Running into... he just walks into a defender, bruv. Walks into a defender. Oh, my God. When you try and look at this from a footballing perspective, you actually go crazy. Like, the mistakes you see is nuts. Your mind, my mind is not able to comprehend it. It can't. Footballers at this level, making these sort of errors proves to me they don't give a crap. They just don't care. Look, we've got players walking. No one's moving, trying to find space. We've got every single person here, except Neto on the ball. He's about to lose it. And he's lost it. Do you see what I mean? Everyone's walking. Everyone's walking. That screams, it's not even downing tools. It's just, back in the day, when the players were quality and you'd see poor performances, you would question that they've downed tools. And that had happened. To get managers out, they did that in the past, and that's been documented. Drogba's spoken on that. But with this, we've actually got just poor quality and also players giving up. It's a mix. Look at that. Enzo's been dispossessed. Again, really, 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 really easily. And then they're on the break. Dewsbury Hall. And they've lost it. Here's Palmer. Now down the middle. And that's given away. And look how long it takes for him to get up. Look how long it takes for players to run back. Everyone's just jogging. Dewsbury Hall's moving really well. But then again, he's in a team that's actually functioning properly. Look at that. Straight pass forward. Dewsbury Hall in the pocket. Dewsbury Hall's in the pocket. And he doesn't even need the ball. Dye still got it. Look at that. Easy, bish, bash, bosh, 1-2, move the ball forward. And that's a free kick to Everton. OJ says, you know you're done when rivals refuse to laugh at you. Yeah, I've actually received some of that. Some fans are like, yo, you lot are just bad now. I'm like, well, welcome to the party. It's dead. So you're not wrong, yeah. Aki Rule says, Palmer looking a shadow of himself, no motivation. He's going to go too. I could bet a house on it. He's going to go as well. Jerry Gerrard says, Sampdoria Ultra sent bullets to the CEO in the mail. But you have to look at where Sampdoria is. I wouldn't be surprised if there was mafia involved in that. I just wouldn't be surprised. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be shocked. sending bullets in the mate. That means there's people with power that are making decisions here. Gonna be a free kick here. Ball into the box. Holy crap! He's gone for goal. Oh my God! Did Sanchez go into the net? Is he all right? By the way, he did wallop the post. What's happened here? All in? My goodness. He said, yeah, his side has just walloped the post. He's gone to catch it. That's not across the line, by the way. It's not a goal. It nearly was. But no, it's not. Oh, yeah, his ribs. His ribs has hit the post. Literally, his... Yeah. He's all right. He's up. He's all right. He's all right. Oh, my God. Sanchez again nearly suicide pass. Lavia with all the space in the world running through a field of roses, and he's going to do nothing with it. Goes to Caicedo to allow the Everton team to get back into position. Beautiful. Here's Caicedo. Little 1-2, and it doesn't work because Everton have 4 men in that square. And we're not quick enough. And Dewsbury Hall's able to move the ball forward. And Beto's asking for it on the flank, and he receives it. And he's going to ask for it in the middle, and he receives it. Ah, nearly. Nearly. Good intercept. Who was that? No, it's not Caicedo. Caicedo intercepts. Here's Palmer. Thank you very much to Mofly Jirin saying 30 ultras isn't enough. We need like a whole city. Don't worry, it'll be more. It will be more. That 30 number was plucked out of thin air. Everton free kick given for holding the ball. João Pedro went down very soft. He's got a point. Daniel says these players are bad, but they were much better under Maresca. Do you want to know why? Because there were some players at least that actually bought into what Maresca was trying to do. Yes, things were up and down. But you heard it from Enzo. Someone like Enzo was believing in Maresca. Now, everyone is honestly going through the motions with Rafinha. Lavia's off. Santos is on. Surprised it took that long. Nico Zima says, how can I send you a pic of the shirt? DM me on Insta. Link in the description. I'll notice. Just send me a request. I'll notice. My personal one, by the way. Aki Rule says this Liam Joker is making Maresca look like Pep. And even Maresca was limited. We know this. Let's not bat an eye on that. And Everton have won another duel. And another tackle. And he's won the free kick. We can't compete. Shay says Napoli Ultra stole Spalletti's steering wheel from his Fiat 500 because he nearly bottled the league. You will not drive. You will not go home. Take the steering wheel. That is next level. How did they get inside? That's a question that you've got to be asking. Arash says, I'm a DJ. Is Candy Dance playing? Side to side, always. Oh, mate, the Candy Dance. Gotta love the Candy Dance. I can do the Candy Dance, by the way. If you've been at enough weddings or like parties where there's, to be fair, this could be either African community, Caribbean community, right? Any sort of black wedding event, or even just a day out, right? In someone's back garden. The Candy song comes on and they always, like, they taught me how to do the Candy Dance, man. Like my best friend, actually, I remember. He was the one that got me into it. And I've known him since we were 4, right? And we're still really good friends now. The Candy Dance is quality. Love it. Fuzzbrain 5, by the way, KDH, who was deemed not good enough, is dominating our £270 million midfield. But don't get it twisted. This is what I said before the game. Dewsbury Hall in our midfield would look as bad as the rest of our players. This isn't on Dewsbury Hall looking iconic. This is on him operating in a functioning team. You know? And let's be honest, Dewsbury Hall isn't top class. But he's in a team where he's got a bit of freedom, he's got a bit of quality, they've used it to their advantage, he's able to find his feet, and he's doing all right. Simple as that. So, Richard Louis, 1284 says, don't care if CFC LDN get relegated. This lot of players are shite. Blue co out. Well said. And Beto is in. Ball across to the back post. And they win the header, of course. Mate, we've got Dewsbury Hall winning headers. He's about 4'4". We're not playing with any speed at all. At all. It's pretty crazy. Here's Garnacho. Cucurella. We're having to go backwards all the time. As usual, to be fair. But we've got zero idea on what we're doing here. Here's Neto. Shifted to the flank. Garnacho. Caicedo back to Garnacho. Enzo. Corner ball, save from Pickford. Got himself out in good time. Horrible. OJCFC says, is MIA Khalifa playing against Everton? Can't see. Now, to be fair, if she was, we would have conceded about 7 by now. You know, just free reign to go and do what you want. Feel the Power out for a goal kick. Absolutely useless, honestly. Feel the Power says, look at Rossinha. He has no idea. Feel the Power says, take it easy, lads. I'm done watching this disgrace this season. Prioritizing your mental health. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Jerry Gerrard says, my club, Juve Stabia, from the Napoli province, blocked their train and started beating the coach of the old ownership. A secretary needed 41 stitches. You lot are built different, bro. You lot are next level. Like, that's... Look at that. Ball taken between Cucurella and who else? Beto. 2-0. I can't anymore. Like, I can't. I actually can't. I can't describe it anymore. Like, I can't. You see the mistake that led to that? Like, I can't. Like, I'm going to say this completely honest now, yeah? You lot are taking the piss. Like, all of you at Chelsea Football Club are taking the piss. Not Chelsea, no, actually. All of you at CFC LDN are taking the piss. Fully. You're doing this on purpose. You are destroying this football club from within. You don't give a crap. None of you. Don't give a crap. Look at the way that got taken between Enzo and Cucurella. So easy. And then Beto with a shot goes in between the legs and it's across the line and it's 2-0. I mean, holy crap. Holy crap. Do you know what I mean? It's dark. Yeah, it's dark. Like, this is dark. Like, it's war now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's war. You lot have actually come in to destroy this entire football club. I'm sorry, we won't let you. There's been so much damage done, but you will not kill off the club once and for all. Right? Simple as that. Aki Rule says, Rosinia's a looking a headless chicken. No clue. He ain't got a clue. This is why I say he's been irrelevant, man. He's been irrelevant. The problems go way above him. Reggio Park says, Sanchez ain't even the best keeper in his car. Bum. Ruby CFC says, this feels like giving CPR to someone already dead. Fact. Well said. Like, this is... I told you guys not long ago, 15 minutes ago or so. This is worse than Potter. This is worse. This will continue. And it will remain that way because this is what we've assembled. Look at Garnacho giving the ball away as well. Holy crap. Little 1-2 into Beto, and that's overhit, just. You could predict this pretty easily. So bad. So bad. So bad. Tay McMahon says at least Potter had Premier League experience. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. For at least a little bit, you know, that he managed in the Prem at mid-table level. Like at least. But this is why, since that point, it's always not been about the manager coming in. It's about the puppet that they can bring in. That's it. Are you going to comply and are you going to be a puppet to this project? Yes, cool, you're welcome in. No, you're not going to even get a role in the first place. Or if you did come in as a puppet and then you eventually started speaking your mind and you know, got an internal revolution going and you said, that's it, I'm going to speak up for myself. I'm now going to, you know, defend myself. I'm now going to say what needs to be said. You get chopped. Hence Maresca. Hence Poch. So we went to an even lower level to drag in someone who's going to comply no matter what. We're seen as that guy. He got no power in this and he ain't got a clue what he's doing anyway. Crazy. Charlie Kelly says, I hope Roman and Tuchel ain't watching. Tuchel's definitely watching. He's got to watch England players, so he's definitely watching. He's probably impressed with Pickford, even though Pickford's had 2 saves to make. But still, you get the gist. Roman, I don't know what Roman's doing right now. Everything he's done has just been wrecked. It really has. But Roman, he's got bigger problems to fight at the moment. He's going one-on-one with the UK government, so I'm sure he's probably not watching this right now. So anyway, he might be. Aki Rule says, that's why I said 11th-12th finish, no more points. This is dark. You know, this is one of the games on the remaining fixtures that you'd look at and go, okay, Chelsea might have a chance. You know who's next in the Premier League? Man City at home. We got Port Vale in the cup. That's going to be a win. Has to be. They're League One. But we got Man City. Look at that. Let me just give you an example. Caicedo is about to get dispossessed. The second man comes in, Palmer doesn't move. That's not normal. It's not normal. You're not there for your teammate. Like, it's not normal. That only happens when everyone's heads have gone down. When people stop caring, they're like, why bother? Why should I? And look at that. Played in between, and Dias literally walked through that. Dewsbury Hall knows exactly where his players are, beautifully given onto the left-hand flank. And there's no one in the box, really. Beto's not there. He's not. He's too deep. Yeah. This is one of the games that you'd look at and go, yeah, Chelsea might actually get a win. What happens when we go to Anfield? What happens when we play City? What happens when we play United? What happens when we play... Oh, no, we played Newcastle. We lost. That was another one we could have done. Look at him talking to McFarlane. What? You want some kinetic energy given over to you, mate? What's he going to say? Realistically, JT should be on that bench in some capacity, but no, he'd speak up in the same way he did on his TikTok recently. Going 8-2 no, I don't care who you are, you can't lose 8-2. It's impossible. You can't do it. Sorry, but he would speak the truth. He would speak the truth. He would say things what they are. And as Daniel Finkelstein said, he was unprofessional because of that very point. Nah, he's just non-compliant. That's all. Say it for what it is. Mofa Nigerian says, you see our next fixtures, and Potter had 100 players. Yeah, that is one thing that he did actually have to manage. Yeah, it was a huge squad. If you remember, players were getting changed in the hallway under Graham Potter. So that's something to take into consideration too. That is to be fair. You're right. But still, he had no idea what he was doing. Brian CFC says, BlueCon hedge fund out. End of. Facts. These lot need to sell up and go, which they can do. Roxy Del 7362 says, I came to see why, Younes, the game is irrelevant. The game is irrelevant. The head coach is irrelevant. The directors are irrelevant. They are all executors of the model that's asked of them by the ownership. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And Tiago says, Roman is going one-on-one with The Undertaker. Facts. But don't worry, even The Undertaker lost his streak. So, you know, up the Roman. Brandon Peterson says the players are playing Blueco out. Well, at this point, they're at least playing Rosinho out. I don't believe that they believe in this. They're playing like they don't care. So Fuzzbrain says somewhere, Maresca is laughing his ass off. He probably is. He's looking at this with a cigar and going, and you know what? He's got Man City lined up. That's for sure. If Pep walks, Man City are probably going to go in for him. And you know what? I don't believe Maresca is top enough to operate at Man City, but what helps him is having a top squad. So at that level, you can start thinking about focusing on just tactics only and nothing really else, because the players kind of manage themselves. So you can just focus on the football. And him already having been under Pep might actually give them a good idea to just evolve from Pep afterwards. Do you know what I mean? It's possible. It can work. I'm not sure it would. Esteval has now come on for Neto. Damage limitation, 20 minutes. Ball in and cleared, of course. Both Nigerians says, might as well out like Senegal for the whole season. Yeah, just walk off and don't participate at this point. They clearly don't want to, so, you know. What's Palmer doing that deep? He's at centre-back. Game's gone. You know, Esteval technically now is a right wing-back. Cucurella is on the right, by the way. What's he doing over there? Honestly. OJ says, my car license plate is Chelsea SW6. I'm changing it. At this point, you're going to have to. I think. You might have to, mate. Yeah, it's a bit, that's a bit of a, not that it will get hit or anything. Yeah. It's just whilst you're driving, you'd be embarrassed driving every single time. You know what I mean? So yeah, you don't want to do that. Matthew, thank you for the contribution, my friend. London boy Rob says, I said we would lose 2-0. So far, you're absolutely on the money, mate. I said if we lose, we'd lose 2-1. That's a save from Pickford as well. From the cross, by the way. It was going in. Caicedo. Intercepted. Just... Matthew says, would rather Roman with no money than this joke. 100%. If someone has come in and they have the real heart and intention behind it, fully backing. Fully backing, no matter what. These lot don't give a crap. It was never the intention with these lot. And that's what we're trying to lock into everybody to understand. It was never the intention. These lot bought a business opportunity. That's all they cared about. They don't care. And because of business, they want top 4. That's it. Business. The highest margins comes from qualifying to the Champions League, and that's it. Problem is, I think they thought it was very easy. It was a guarantee. Don't forget, Todd Bowley, after the takeover, made it clear that he thought that Champions League was automatically qualified. So maybe whilst they were buying, they thought they were going to play Champions League anyway. Maybe, because they ain't got a flipping clue. Maybe these lot are actually dumb and have underestimated exactly what's asked of them on a footballing level. Maybe that's the case, but on a business level, they knew exactly what they were buying into. That's just the truth. Aki Rule says, next City, United, Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, Brighton, Tottenham, Sunderland. The right of them. Charlie Kelly says, to think 5 years ago in May, we won the champs. Mad, innit? 5 years ago, we were Champions League winners. ZA6365, thank you for the contribution. But yeah, Charlie, mate, we were European champions, and deservedly so. Under an owner and a manager that knew what they were doing, and players of good quality. And it wasn't even the best squad, let's be honest. We didn't have, like, imagine taking that team and then adding Osimhen to it, you know, instead of Lukaku, for example, or adding taking that team and adding another, like a left winger like Kvaratskhelia over to the left-hand side, because we were playing flipping Mason Mount on the left sometimes, or we were playing Kai Havertz on the left sometimes. Do you remember? Now we add Kvaratskhelia to that. Can you imagine? Like, all of that would be... And that's where we would have gone. I am certain, yeah, just off of like how we used to operate, that if Roman was still in charge and he didn't get sanctioned, Kvaratskhelia would be a Chelsea player now. He fits the frame, he fits the profile. He is the sort of quality we would have gone for instantly. Do you know what I mean? But we don't do that with these owners. They're not interested in that. They're interested in who's more likely to flip for as much money as possible. That's all they're interested in. Simple as that. Shashank, thank you for your super chat. Says Matisse rage quit. No way. Zar says meant to say Matisse ended his watch along. You're kidding. Did he actually end it? That's how you know head's gone. Yeah, we got 17 minutes left. What's left? It's like I said, I'm here for you guys. Legitimately, here for you guys. What? Like, I'm expecting to watch Chelsea properly? No. It's gone past that. You see the poll? Is the poll still there, by the way? Is the poll... No, the poll's still there. Yeah, poll's still there. Feel free to vote. Put your vote in. We got nearly 6,000 votes. Blue come out? Question mark, yes or no? There you are. Put it in there. I swear, by the way, if I see Rafinha with a notepad, somebody gonna get hurt real bad. Hader, thank you very much. Saying, hey Younes, what do you expect of new owners if Blueco finally do so and leave? Love from Australian. Eid Mubarak, bro. Eid Mubarak to you, brother. I hope you had a good one. All we would need, look, he's got the notepad out. He's got the flipping notepad out. He's got the notepad out. I don't believe it. I actually don't believe it. You can't write it. You actually cannot write it. He's got the notepad out. We're 2-0 down, he's got the notepad out. I don't believe this guy. I actually don't believe this guy. Everton about to make a sub. Ball up the pitch. Beto, great header. Do you see how good they are in the air? They're in again. 3-0. So, back to the chat. What do I expect of new owners? No, look, if Blueco finally do sell, listen. I looked this up the other day. Forbes say there's about 3,800 billionaires on the planet. We need one that loves football. That's it. There's definitely billionaires that love football. Can one pop up that loves football, please? That can give these lot their money to break even and get lost. Yeah? We need someone that can have approximately about 10 billion to their name. Yeah? Round there. So then they can give about half of that. Not half, let's not give them too much. Give about 4 billion, pay them off, let them break even, tell them to get lost, and get on their way. By the way, being good in the air, I told you, and that's why. You saw what Beto did there? It's a great finish, by the way, into the top corner. Beautiful, fantastic finish. But we can't defend for shit anyway. That's that. So that's what I expect. Have a passion for football, do the right thing by football, and you want to make money, of course. Football's a business. Don't abandon football for business only. The two have to coincide with each other. Ask Manchester City. And let me tell you this, Manchester City, they don't need the money. Like, they don't need it. Do you know who owns Manchester City? The brother of the UAE president, Al Nahyan. Do you know how much these lot got? Like, they want to win. They want power. They want to be number one. The ambition is there. We just need one billionaire that's got that ambition. That's it. Like, well, Roman had it. There's other examples in the game that have it. AC3WI says, I will take finishing 8th if it means these lot sell up and we restart with new owners, a top director and new top manager, and 1 game a week. F these lot. Facts, I agree. I agree. Went in and got a serious director from the get-go. Went in and then got serious players, the ones that we've already spoken about that were there at the money, affordable, but we didn't bother because they're not meant to be flipped. That's the problem. Charlie Kelly says, hopefully we relive that winning feeling in July. The World Cup, 100%, mate. Yeah, I'm looking for that now to actually get results. João Pedro's been taken off. He's bringing Tosin and Delap on. Honestly, just flipping, just shoot it all at this point. He ain't got a flipping Scooby. Aki Rule says, Blueco testing our resolve and doesn't care. Blueco out. They don't care. They've never cared. This is what people need to now know. They've never cared. Shay says, Vinnie Mac has money to spend now. Getting Vince? Vince McMahon to buy Chelsea. You know what I'm all for? Am I all for that? I'll be honest. I don't want the American monopoly on the Premier League. I don't. I'll be honest. If it's me, I would not want an American to come in again. I'll be real. Don't get me wrong. These lot are consortium. And this is why I said, you know what? When we go all the way back to the takeover, I said, I'm on record on this channel saying it. I don't want a consortium. I do not want a consortium. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. I do not want a consortium. And this is what happens with consortiums. They're money driven. And then you get too many cooks and then it all blows up and things start happening. So listen, an American that's ambitious, that cares on his own is the only condition I will have for accepting an American. But I am wary of the monopoly on the Premier League where if they have 14 American owners, then they will begin to dictate the direction of the entire league, and then we start to maybe see the Americanization, things like what we're seeing in the Super Bowl, NFL, NHL, baseball, that sort of stuff, will start creeping into the Prem, which I don't want. But apart from that, I'll have an ambitious person if he's American, if he cares, and he's on his own. No consortiums. OJ says, dead. I'm dead inside. Bring the asteroid now. Don't worry, we got a war going on. That might sort us out for us. I'll let you know how it goes. JB96 says, so you have millions of fans around the world. Instead of leaning into their loyalty, you make the whole fan base despise you. GG's. P.S. Eid Mubarak, bro. Eid Mubarak to you as well. They've done this because they thought it was going to be easier, and they've stuck to their strategy because they only want money. And it was never about getting the fan base on board. It was about monetizing the fan base and monetizing the content from a global fan base. They don't care about the legacy fan. They want the legacy fan gone. But they want the exposure throughout the entire world. So, Caden, music, thank you very much, says, Rosinha really was writing on his notepad to give instructions to Tosin. We are so unserious. Blue go out. He ain't got a flipping clue. He was right on his notepad. We conceded. Kim Orsa says, hey, Younes, it's the first game I've watched in a while, and holy craps, what the hell is going on? Go back to not watching, mate. Please, you were living a good life. Go back to not watching. You don't want to take part in this. Blue co out. Blue co out. That's the only thing you got to take part in right now. That's it. Nothing else, right? Football, I told you, it's irrelevant. Like this manager, he's irrelevant. This coach, he's irrelevant. The directors are irrelevant. A lot of these players at this point are irrelevant. They don't care. They actually don't care. Like at this point, they genuinely don't care. So, thank you very much. Bloody hell. Riaz, thank you very much. Why do I not care that we are losing? Absolutely no feelings or reaction. Much love as always to you though, my brother. I'm the same. I feel numb. Starbucks Meg, much love to you too. Saying I actually feel sorry for Rosinha now. I don't. Not one bit. You knew what you were coming into. This one knew. The others, maybe they got blabbed around and whatnot. Mate, you went to Strasbourg and accepted to move from Strasbourg to Chelsea knowing you weren't fit for the level. You knew. But he took the opportunity. I don't feel bad for him. He's been propping this entire model. He's been a spokesman every 5 minutes. He's doing an interview and making it look like it's bigger than what it actually is. And we're really, really good. And we're not far away from being a great team. He's propping along with the nonsense that we've heard from Daniel Finkelstein and everyone else. So I don't feel sorry for you. If you're going to toe the line and accept all of this, I don't feel for you. If you're going to grow a pair and start doing what's right, then okay. You know what I mean? But this is why I said he's irrelevant. He was brought in as a fool puppet. The others, they maybe had to try and groom and maybe had to try and guess that they were going to toe the line and be all right. Poch, don't quite know, but maybe he's going to be on board. Maresca, lower level, but maybe he's going to be on board. Rosinha was already on board when he walked through the door. There was no interview needed, just a call. Strasbourg, yeah, hello, okay, Rosinha, mate, you're promoted. You're promoted. That's what we've got to. You're promoted. Matthew Sutton says, look at the ownership at Wrexham. It's not even knowing a lot about football. It's just passion. The fact that they came in for our reputation states it all. Fact. Fact. Ryan Reynolds came into this as a passion project. And they're actually doing really well. You know? So big up. Rob Reynolds says, supported Chelsea since 98. This is the worst I've ever seen. I'm sick to my core and don't think I can watch this anymore. Blue, come out. Respect to you, mate. I completely agree. Anyone with the right mind can't back this anymore. Realistically. And we know it's all come from the ownership. Liam Merlin, thank you very much, saying Liam, motivating the team. Says, lads, we're all here until at least 2032. If it didn't work today, we have time to fix it. No worries, lads. I swear, it's like that. He's actually moving like that. At least in the presses and when he's talking on interviews by TNT and Sky Sports every 10 minutes. He keeps saying that. Haida says, Tosin and Delap, the brothers of destruction. Fact. Walking up in it like Kane and Undertaker. It's ridiculous. Fuzz Brain says, Unison chat to buy Chelsea. We only need a few billion. We got this. We need a lot of billion. Let's be real. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Every little helps. Tim Stab56 says, we'll relieve the winning feeling in the Conference League. Don't worry. Blue go out. I swear. Like I've said, I would rather know Europe. I would rather know Europe. Riaz says, as an American myself, I never wanted an American to buy our club. You all say Blue go out, yet no one attended the protest. Don't worry. The next one is because the others weren't organized properly. The others weren't messaged correctly. The others, the mistakes were there. The others were not Blue go out. And the others were elongating between one opinion and another. It was a mess. This time, It's the same page. It's organised by match-going fans. It's organised by serious people. We've got Strasbourg fans coming over. It's serious. This one is serious. So don't worry. But I agree with you, mate. If I had Michael, I wouldn't want an American in either. Saud says he'd rather put Enzo left wing than bring Steve on. Steve was warming up as well. He's on the pitch, isn't he? Must be. Jackson, I stopped caring. Jackson says, Younes, what do you think about Enzo and Palmer maybe leaving this season? They're going to go. They're going to go. Easily. If they care for their careers and they're ambitious, they'll leave. I'll tell you that now. I'll say that again. If they care for their careers and they're ambitious about their careers, they will leave. They want to win silverware and trophies because they're capable. These are players that can get into big teams. They will care and they will leave. Esteval over the top, straight to Pickford. Oregon saying, thank you very much. This hurts, this freaking hurts. It does hurt. It really does hurt, man. It's been destroyed and decimated in front of all of our eyes. Everton are in again for a fourth. Oh my God. Enzo's been twisted. I don't even want to watch anymore, I'll be honest. Saying the players are sabotaging the manager. Once the players have the owners by the bollocks, the owners will sell and invest in an opera house. Honestly, to take action, you got to down tools one way, shape or form. The players are doing that, I believe it. Charlie Kelly says we shouldn't be laughing at Spurs, it will be us. I say this and people don't take it seriously. We're going down the same path. We are Spurs maybe 3 years ago. It needs more players to be flipped, more serious players to go, more mediocrity to come in to then have the levels start dropping even further for us to be near relegation. That's all it will take. Tottenham are there. Vivek Lamba says these players are not robots. The minute you sack Maresca, these players stop trusting this process. You can clearly see in the Enzo interview. I fully agree. I fully agree. And Enzo's already been vocal about it. You're telling me it's only him in the squad that thinks that way? Trust everyone. And Maresca was limited. Here's the thing, Maresca was limited in and of itself. But he had some leverage, at least. At least. That's been removed. And these players were all told about stability in the project and told about the long term and told about we're building something proper and you're sacking managers every 5 minutes without the achievement. So you're sacking managers every 5 minutes but not doing anything after that. Roman sacked managers and then we'd go on to win silverware immediately. That's trusting what's going on. Let's be honest. It means the right decision was made. These lot, because, well, ask yourself why. Because it's not the manager in control. The face has always been changed. The method has always been the same and it's from the ownership. That's why we're seeing poor results every single time. The coach doesn't have power to dictate. But these players were brought in believing, yeah, this is the manager, this is what we're going to do, okay, cool. Now they've seen that switch, it goes against what they were told initially when they bought in. It goes against. This isn't stability. So they're going to start second guessing. Now they brought them a flipping tool. Let's be honest, they brought them the biggest puppet of puppets in Rafinha. Players are not stupid. Players are not stupid. Simple as that. Thank you very much. Richie CFC says, Blue Coat needs to get out. Right talk there, mate. Make me. But big up, Richie. Thank you very much. Blue Coat out is what we need. Shrey Pan says, hi, Younes. Big fan of your content from India since 2013. We probably can use AI and find better owners than Blue Coat. This got us in the problem in the first place. These lot are using AI. They use AI to scout. They use AI to make decisions. They use AI for their infrastructure. They're data-driven. They're probably using AI to pick the team, and they're using AI to determine results in terms of players and how they're performing. Everything is flipping AI. We need to get rid of AI and go back to using our flipping eyes and heads. But these lot don't know any better. Because why? Because in the corporate world, in business, AI is a huge tool, and it does give you advantages. In the business, in the corporate world, we're not a corporation, we're a football club. These lot are treating us like a corporation, and that is exactly what they came in for. That's the problem. This all makes sense. I know it's not hard to gather your head around all of this. Do you know what I mean? Thank you very much. Oregon again, thank you very much. This hurts, this freaking hurts again. Ria says, when is the next protest? 18th of April, Chelsea versus Manchester United. With the Strasbourg fans, and I'm going to tell you, things are already in motion, it seems, with the 1958. So let's see if they're going to do things on their end too. Go against the Glazers on the same day. That would be big. That will say everything you need to know about the model itself, because United have their own problems. Riaz says, that was it. Thank you very much. Urban. Chaos says, Rosenior as the Chelsea manager or head coach, whatever you want to call it, it's absolute insult and a slap to us fans. We don't deserve this shit. We don't. I agree. We really don't. You're right. Saud says, don't worry, Younes. We'll probably win on XG. We probably have one on XG. You guys can see the stats, right? It's going to pop up any moment for you. Let me have a butcher's. Is it there? The stats will show. You want to know proof that they don't care? Liverpool lost and United drew. And we still got battered. Not even lost, we got battered. We got smoked against Everton. Expected goals? Yeah, we won on XG. We won on XG and we're losing 3-0. Make that make sense. XG flipping no G. No G, there's no Gs. There are no Gs in this flipping club. There are no Gs. If there were real Gs, we'd know about the real Gs. There are no Gs. So I don't want any expected ones either. Osama bin Artadog says, with this ownership, we will be worse than Spuds. Fact. I agree, mate. Well said. DJ Moxie Music, member for 12 months, says, Younes to be the next Chelsea owner, blue car out. If I had the money, I swear I'd buy. If I had 5 billion rolling about, I wouldn't even pay 5. I'd go in and I'd be like, listen, you lot are destroying everything. For your own reputation and your own businesses and your own investors, listen, here's 4 and get out. Break even and get lost. And even that, I think, would be a little bit of a loss. But yeah. And they can go and pay off their loan. But if I could, I would. I really would. And I'll go and get real people in. Ola says, an idiot said there's no correlation between results and manager. You know Chelsea's headed for relegation if these crooks aren't pushed out in 2 years. David Finkelstein said that with his own mouth. There's no correlation between results and the manager. What does that tell you? He's irrelevant. He's right. He's actually right in what he's saying. That's how Chelsea are looking at it. Not Chelsea. That's how Blueco are looking at it. On the internal side, they only need a face. Someone's going to carry out their model because they honestly believe that the model is what's going to bring the success on a monetary level. Not about what happens on the pitch. Feliciano told us this himself. It's not about winning or losing on the football pitch. He said that, his own mouth. I don't know what more people need to hear. Do you know what I mean? But respect, thank you very much. Charlie Kelly again says, Younes, you should do a call-in show and allow fans to have their say. It's disgraceful what is happening and also it will allow you to gain more views. At this point, we could do the alternative to TalkSport. Look at the Chelsea fans have left and we're all the way up in Everton. Flipping now. But that's an idea. It's an idea that might actually get things on an honest level out. Maybe. Good shout. 13 Killing says, I started the match around 10th minute and missed it. So Chelsea did the whole huddle around the ball today? Yeah, we did, of course, as usual. As usual. Theatrics. Fuzzbrain 5, watch them try to get Terry as an interim manager. He won't go near. Don't think he will go near. Now I don't think he will. He was snubbed once. I don't think he's got the... he's got pride. He's got pride. He cares. DX Fan 700 said, this protest needs to be done ASAP. I'll say during the international break is the best. We want some changes to happen by the time games are back. It has to be done on the 18th. It has to be done on the 18th. There's organisation behind it. There's making sure the right people are available. There's making sure that it's going to be big. There's making sure that the Strasbourg fans have something to attend to. There's loads of things at play that means it has to be on the 18th against Manchester United. It's a Saturday. It's an evening kickoff. These things matter to make sure that most people are going to attend. Most people are going to be free. So that's why it has to be 18th against Manchester United. It has to be. But it will be big. And that's what we want. It will be big. And then from there, the momentum kicks in. From that point, oh boy, that's it. The ball's rolling. So let's see. Osama bin Artadog again said this ownership has been a jackpot for Arsenal fans. It has, big time. They've just removed us from competition. That's for fact. And they're going to go and win the league. Aki Rule says this team now making Everton look like PSG. Yeah, that's what we've done. It's incredible, isn't it? And Sebi says we are Spurs 3 years ago. So true. Congratulations, Everton are now 2 points behind us. Brentford still have to play tonight. They could go level with us. Fulham are 4 points behind us. Brighton are 5 points behind us. Newcastle still have to play and are 6 points behind us. That could be 3 points. Do not be surprised if we end up in 10th or 9th. Don't be surprised. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. It's Blueco out. There's nothing else to talk about. Nothing. Blueco out. Charlie Kelly, thank you very much, says, no, use StreamYard units. No, it'd have to be StreamYard. There's no other real platform I can really use for that sort of thing. There is Big Up, to be fair. Actually, there is Big Up. Big Up does have that facility. So I'll see. Let me do some work on it and let me see, mate. But StreamYard connects to YouTube. So, yeah. Kim Orsa says, last year, the most we worried was how Garnacho going to perform. Now we worry we're going to get relegated, you probably mean, right? It's an absolute mess, mate. It's an absolute mess. But this is going to have huge ramifications. All I can say now for people to take action, Blue Coat out, Blue Coat out, Blue Coat out. You guys all have a way of participating. If you're away from England and you can't fly in, you can't do it, you're not going to be there in present, just on socials, make yourself known. Make it clear. Make it clear. Make it clear. The aim of the day on the protest, it seems pretty clear. It's going to cause a lot of disruption. The Strasbourg fans are going to be there. The protest is now in motion. It's now serious, properly. Look, let me be honest. This isn't going to be a one-tweet thing. This is going to be relentless. We have to go all in. People need to have hard stomachs for this. This is going to be non-stop. It's the only way to end up putting pressure on properly. Do you know what I mean? So we have to go all the way proper, and it's got to be serious. UK Gov, thank you very much, saying, was there any Roman chance? F off. Barley Blue Co out. Thank you very much. And we've lost 3-0. Beautiful. Osama bin Artidog, welcome to new members. Welcome to the squad. Thank you very much, mate. RTKS says, Maresca sack letter to stir club back into the Champions League. The Lions Lounge says, John Neal was better in our 84-85 season. Exactly. Exactly. I've spoken to quite a few old school fans that have told me that same thing, that in the 80s we were bad, but it wasn't this. It wasn't like this, because back then we only had what we had. We had the the resources that were limited. We could only do what we could do. So as long as people are trying, they're showing heart, they're putting themselves out there, they're doing what they can, you can't really ask for more than that. We've thrown 2 billion out of the window. We could have gone on to try and win the quadruple with 2 billion if we were serious. Roman in his entire time spent $1.5 billion. It's insane. And this is what we have to show for it. But it's been done in a calculated way. They had an obligation to spend a certain budget, and they've gone and blown it on a way that they believed was going to make them more money. That is it. So the only way now, the coach is a puppet. The players have been brought in for an objective, a financial objective. The directors are puppets. These owners are the problem, and they need to leave the football club. Sell up and get out. Go and invest somewhere else. Jeremy says, Blue Co out, one club, one aim, one voice. Thank you very much. Aki Rule says, this is going to get much worse before it gets better. Fact. It will. DJ Moxie Music said, Chelsea could save Spurs from relegation. I wouldn't be surprised. Spurs showed more heart in their game against Atletico than we've shown in this entire time. Tim Stab says, the fact that McFarlane is the assistant coach is so ridiculous. Kinetic energy, my friend. Kinetic energy. Boggy Sammy says there is only one way we can convince them to sell the club. Goodbye tickets, shirts, TV subscriptions to hurt their pocket sponsors. We'll see what is happening. We'll give up the business with them. Fact. Let me say this. Alongside the protest, people seem to only look at it one or the other. Alongside the protest, there has to be disruption on this sort of level. Don't go to games. Unless you're going to be vocal, flipping vocal, and you're not going to stop. If you're going to have the stomach for that, okay, go. Make our feelings known by voice. But don't go to games. Don't buy anything from the football club. Do not go to the megastore. Do not buy it from the megastore. Do not do anything. Do not buy a ticket. Don't. Just abandon it all. We will get to a day where we will get to buy again. We will. It will happen. At some point. When? This is why we've got to have the stomach for it. But do not put any money into this. Make your feelings clear. Go to the protest if you can. Continue to do so. Make your feelings known online. If everyone is contributing on this sort of level, it's going to be the maximum impact. Both have to coincide with each other. So make sure we're doing that. Aziz King says, at this moment, send this team to Iran. We're done. They wouldn't survive Iran. They wouldn't survive the flight to Iran. Mate, Iran would toy them in 5 minutes. Let's be honest. Osama bin Artidog says, we need Epstein files, not Maresca files. It's funny. We've already got mention of 2 people that are in there. Just saying. This is public information. Go and look at the emails. Bowley's mentioned. Wiss is mentioned. Again, nothing in terms of anything that's happened with them, but they're there. It seems like Bowley had a meeting on the phone. That's theirs. The emails are public. Go there. And Wiss has a plastic surgery department that was used and that was communicated in the files as well. So just saying. Tova says the greed for money is a horrible thing. Football's rotten. Trust me, it's rotten. Rotten. Virtuoso says this sorry-ass performance is a spillover from the Champions League thrashing they got from PSG. Give this club back to Roman. I respect that. If there was a way for Roman to get the club back, it'd be flipping incredible. But I don't see it because he's already fighting the UK government and it's going to the next level. So he's still sanctioned. Ayom Kinna Diju, thank you very much. Says I think we should all go to 10 Downing Street and tell the UK government to get their legs off Chelsea's neck. They won't do it. That's the problem. Damage has been done there, unfortunately. But there we are, guys. There we are. That's the state. Listen, I'm going to end with this. Blueco out. Make it clear. Don't stop. It's relentless now. We all have to play our part. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing on my channel. There's no stopping. There's no point to talk about anything else. This is the main focus. This is the only focus. These owners need to go. It needs to be made exactly clear why. And on top of that, we don't invest. We don't put money into the club. We don't do anything. We don't buy. We don't go to games. Don't buy any ticket. Don't do anything. Hurt their pockets as much as possible. The fact that we leave seats empty is going to hurt their image. The fact that we don't buy it is going to hurt their pockets. The fact that we protest is going to hurt their image. The ones that do go into the ground and make their feelings known for 90 minutes is also going to hurt their image. And the seats empty is going to hurt their pockets. All of these need to play together. So let's go. I'll end with that. Blueco out. Thank you very much. Last one from Aki Rule saying it's an effing obvious that Blueco has screwed it up big time. It couldn't be made more clear. I'm going to go and do the review. That's going to be out in the next 20 minutes or so. Make sure you guys are there. Much appreciated. And much appreciated again for everyone that got involved. I appreciate all of you. And yeah. Starmer can't even control the borders. He won't listen to us. Forget him. He's irrelevant. Funny fact that everyone's irrelevant. Blue out's the only way. But I appreciate all of your interaction, your chat, everyone involved. Thank you all so much. It's been quality. And on to the next one, eh? But I'll see you on the review. Be there in 20 minutes or so. I'll catch you there. Have a good one, people. Much appreciated again. And thank you for everyone watching on that was watching on Big Up as well. The link is in the description too. So thank you all so much. I'll catch you there in a bit, people.